Four queens. I got four of a kind on everything. I gotta live like a king. Hey, catch this rhythm. You feel that? That's called playerism. I'm on the scene, a player clean, poker face, four queens. I got four of a kind on everything. Dig this, living elite. I don't feel complete without kicking at my feet in a Rolls Royce every week. Maybe this is deep. Listen close when I speak. I need to at least, cause I'm too much. Got two nuts and give zero fucks. I've been player too long for you to tell me having two women is too wrong. The way I get my groove on. If I can't have two, then I gotta move on. Even my car is two-tone. So when I roam, I gotta bring two home. Quit banging my line, ho. Quit banging my line, ho. When you see me act like you don't even know me, ho. When you see me act like you don't even know me, ho.
Understand what we're doing here. Like William, for example, was at the last conference. Brandon,
come on, baby, get a clue. How you do what you do? How do you fall in love with me, but I'm not in love with you? Quit banging my...
Peace to the saints.
Peace to the saints.
Oh, no audio. We're going to run that intro back. You dig? Because we got some work to give today. It's the big homie, the one and only, Fax Kellerman, Stephen A. PM, your favorite YouTuber's favorite YouTuber. The one and only, none before, none to come. The big bad wolf. The idol of James Bond, Marquette Devon Burton, the saint and the sinner. And today we have looks like we got a funeral. Looks like we catching bodies today. Hey, check this out. I find it funny. I find it very funny that a guy with a face as fat as Akademiks would have the nerve to talk about me. I was just thinking to myself, he the only guy that go into the plastic surgeon and get liposuction on his goddamn face. We going in today. You see, he made a fatal mistake, a number of fatal mistakes. Number one was he usually talks greasy about rappers, right? These guys, they grew up not the brightest star in the sky, not the sharpest knife in the drawer. They got famous for doing mumble rap, but they brainless. So academics talk crazy about them. People laugh. They can't defend themselves intellectually. But now he didn't encounter the wrong one. You dig? We gonna put him in his place today. Woo-wee! First off, what we have to do is we have to play his little, what he called a roast. 30 minutes of babbling. I'm not impressed. For someone who spent the last decade talking in front of a camera, he's not very articulate. Seems to stammer a lot. You got a stuttering problem. We about to expose him. I was trying my best not to roast him, to be honest with you, but it looked like he need this work. You dig? And I'm actually on holiday right now. I've been traveling Europe, man. It's actually inconvenient. I had to take a break from these bad bees to do this. He kind of messing up my Friday night, but it seemed like it needed to happen. Let's get to this work. First thing I want to do is this. I'm going to play you what he said so you can hear why I'm doing this. Now, mind you, I might have to do a roasting of myself because every time somebody try to roast me, it's terrible. Like I'm very underwhelmed. And it makes perfect sense because when someone's real, there's not a lot to say. You heard me? Let's get into it. Here's DJ Akademiks making his best attempt to be funny. Oh my goodness. This is DJ Akademiks making his very best attempt. Here we go right here. And go ahead and confirm that the audio is good when I start playing this. This is despicable.
Maybe I'll just table that for next time. Anyway, there's some bitch ass nigga who really think that I must be playing with his ass.
Wait, first off, I want you guys to pay close attention to what he's saying here. First off, he said there's some quote bitch ass nigga. Well, where I'm from, we don't really use language like that unless we want some serious beef. So let me just set down a few ground rules, Akademiks. Number one, let's not call people bitches. You heard me? Let's keep it comical, keep it light, and keep it funny. So I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to mention your family members. I'm not going to mention your girls. Actually, I am. I am going to mention one of these slurs you've been dealing with because she's a disgusting slut bucket. So we're going to talk about her. Absolutely. You dig? But on a more serious note, I'm not going to mention your parents. I'm not going to mention your siblings. I'm not going to mention any female who's a legitimate woman that you're dealing with. So let's just keep it respectful. So I'm going to just give you just a warning. Don't call me a bitch, little buddy. You ain't of my caliber on any level. On any level. And you know where I'm from, we shoot the friendly fade. You heard me? So if you ever want to come out to Vegas and shoot the friendly fade, I'll be absolutely willing to go in a boxing match with you. And I think you're like a little short. I think it's like 5'7", 5'6", little homie. But I tell you what though, bruh, we about the same weight though, because it looks like you're carrying a lot of weight, mostly in your face, but we can get it done. Anyways, let's listen to DJ Akademiks. Now, mind you, listen at how delusional these boys get. The internet get him hyped up. He start feeling like a tough guy. He didn't call me a bitch ass nigga. You want to see what a bitch ass nigga is? I'm gonna go ahead and play some footage in a little bit. You're gonna see several people talking directly to Akademiks, saying the most wild, foul stuff. And what is Akademiks doing? Sitting there like a hoe, smiling and giggling. It's disgusting. Calling me a bitch though. It's crazy. Carrying on.
let me look this shit up real quick. Let me look it up off screen. Like, I like to do this just to let niggas know I don't be playing around when it comes to this online shit, man.
This guy is a funny nerd. You could tell that he lives in an alternate reality. He's sitting there in a gaming chair, in a video gaming chair, talking about, I got to tell niggas I don't play around when it comes to this online shit. He's like in his virtual reality world. This is the kind of guy that doesn't go outside. So in his virtual reality world of internet land, he feels like he's a big guy. He even calls himself Big Ack. How you Big Ack and you 5'7"? Come on, bro. How you Big Ack and you let Soldier Boy talk reckless to you? Soldier Boy is about the size of a meth head. What? You let Big Draco talk crazy to you and you ain't do nothing? Come on, bro. You ain't of my caliber. You's a crazy boy, but we gonna talk about it. And just side note, DJ Akademiks. They call him DJ Akademiks. I think this is a curious name. And you know what? When you first had my name in your mouth, people said, you should let stuff go. I said, nah, you could let stuff go, but me personally, I wouldn't take this level of disrespect. So here I am. And this is just a warning. You see, because I'm on my holiday right now. See, you need to do your research and then apologize. So I'm going to give you 5 days, DJ Akademiks, to apologize. If you don't apologize, then I'm going to give you the most blistering roast that has ever been seen on the internet. And I got classics. You dig? Look them up. I just want to know, how do you call yourself Akademiks? An academic is someone who does their homework. You should have known not to test me. And there's a lot of things about you that don't add up. By the way, peep the wordplay. Academics, homework, don't test me, things don't add up, math. You know, I hope you guys get it. Anyways, carrying on. I just want you guys to remember, as we listen to this, notice that he's just lying, which isn't surprising because he's friends with Tekashi Snitch 9. He's proud of it. So how can you trust a person like this to have integrity when they hang out with people who have none of that? I mean, birds of a feather flock together. He hangs out with a cold liar, somebody who has people in the pen doing 10 for no good reason. And that's your buddy. Yeah, let's hear what this fat fella has to say.
Yeah. Boy, you want attention, nigga? You want attention, you got it, nigga.
Good.
All right, so let me give you a little quick, some quick some quick bring it up to date.
That if this is not a stuttering nigga right here, listen to it. He said, "Let me give y'all some quick. Let me bring y'all up to date." This fat stuttering dumb fuck. Listen here. This is what bothers me about a guy like this. He can barely articulate himself, and if you want to talk about fraudulent and phony, which he mentions during this little talk, I'm perplexed, and I'll tell you why. How fraudulent is the following? Number one, I'm a real man. I go by my whole government name, Marquette Devon Burton, and I stand on that. And that's a name that's pristine across these United States of America and around the world in a real way. But DJ Akademiks, as he calls himself, do you guys know that his name is Livingston Allen? Kind of fucking nerd. I'm just wondering, what kind of nigga you know is named Livingston Allen? Livingston. And also, side note, a lot of these guys masquerade as African Americans. They masquerade under our culture. He ain't African American. He's actually Jamaican. Yeah. He was born and raised in Jamaica. And here's a funny thing, too, about Livingston Allen. Livingston. You know, he born and raised in Jamaica, which would mean you would have a Jamaican accent, right? Am I wrong? The pussy boy should have a Jamaican accent. I'm sure his mommy and daddy told him, you don't fuck with the saint in the center. The saint in the center, he's a real rude boy. Now, he should have a Jamaican accent because he was born and raised in Jamaica. He didn't get to America until the 7th grade. You heard me? And I grew up in Los Angeles. I went to LAUSD for elementary school. All my slang, my culture, my manner of speech come from LA. That's where I'm from. So how in the hell use a Jamaican, but you ain't got no Jamaican accent? That's because you're a flip-flopping kind of guy. You came to these United States of America, got an African-American culture, tried to become one of us. But that's not what you are, little buddy. You speak with that Jamaican accent, my nigga. Be who you really are before you start calling people frauds. And we gonna talk about it. Yeah, we gonna talk about it. Pussy boy. He's a pussy boy. I hope it, I know his mom and dad like we going in today. Look, it's so much information. It's overwhelming. I'm trying to fly to all these European countries. You heard me make my moves. And then this little nut come up, man. Did you guys know that I'm sitting on a plane, right? I'm looking at this YouTube video I was sent. And in the YouTube video, DJ Akademiks says that I'm broke. Now, I found this funny because I'm thinking he gonna have to take back the words that he said because I was on a private jet when I was hearing him say this. Now, how that add up? Moreover, how is it that you got a guy who never leaves his basement, DJ Akademiks and the rest of the internet? You got a guy who never leaves his basement. And then you got me. I'm on my second trip to Europe within the span of 2 months. And I'm doing it big boss status. Helicopters, private jets, Monaco, Grand Prix, the whole nine. I'm broke. This guy's not even living in reality out here. So how can you trust anyone who says things that are so clearly ludicrous? Man don't even know how to do a Google search, but he's an academic. Oh, DJ Akademiks about to get educated today. Oh, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Let's hear from him. Let's hear the nonsense.
Everything. I love when people go at me to send third. Bro, I've been in this game for like 12, 13 years, man. Like, I still don't let no nigga get no up on me, no matter what. Whether it's a Peter Rosenberg, a Desus and Miro, them two clowns, Ruri and Millie Moore. I put them niggas.
Can someone tell me why this motherfucker can't get some lighting? Why he's sitting in this dark ass basement? Why this boy sitting in this dark ass basement in a video gaming chair? Looked like right before he logged on to do his live stream, he was looking at Brazzers.com in this dark ass room over here talking to Pamela Henderson, his girlfriend. I mean, this guy's ridiculous. I mean, he's a millionaire, got all this money. He can't get a goddamn studio light? Oh, man. Or a gym membership? Come on. This guy's ludicrous. I can't believe he believes his lies.
He's a dirt. We're not about to just sit here and just let niggas kind of go crazy on us. Anyway, there's some bum ass nigga right now, right? So this bum ass nigga, I had to do like a 20-minute research on him because I didn't know who he was. Nigga sent it to me. I'm like, what?
Real quick, I just want you guys to pay close attention here. Pay close attention to the lies. Number one, he said, someone sent me the video of the center. I didn't know who he is. Now that's a lie. Because your best buddy, as you say, is Fresh. So you know who I am. In fact, I was one of the first major guests to go on Fresh and Fit. You know who I am. Don't lie. And I want you guys to observe the lies because he repeatedly says, I don't know who this guy is. I don't know who he is. That's because his strategy is an attempt to minimize me. You heard me? But I'm the talk of the internet. Yeah, I'm your favorite YouTuber's favorite YouTuber. When you hear some real game, it's probably something somebody heard from me and repeated. Yeah. And here, check this out. Here's the other funny thing about him. How is it you never heard of me, but you seem to have heard my video really quickly? You thought I was important enough to respond to, and I'm going to tell you why you responded. And then you mentioned Myron. And I'm going to let you hear from his mouth, but you mentioned Myron. Now, Myron had heard of me. And in fact, he called into my live stream to give me my due respect before they started Fresh and Fit, right? So if he called in and Myron was a fan of mine, how you going to go on this stream and say that I copy Myron? Come on, bruh. That don't make no damn sense. He called into my live stream saying, hey, I'm a fan of your work. And then I went on his show. So that's just ludicrous, right? You're telling them lies. They're going to catch up with you, young boy. Now you're dealing with a chess grandmaster of superior intelligence. In fact, everything's superior. We're going to go through it. Carrying on.
Who? So there's some bum ass nigga named Saint and Sinner. I don't know who this lame ass nigga is.
Mind you, call me a bum again. I mean, this is crazy. I think I linked my Instagram in the description. And just if you guys want to see what's real, I do the things you can't fake. You heard me? You can't fake being in a helicopter. You can't fake being at Monaco for the Grand Prix. You can't fake taking private jets. You can't fake visiting over 58 countries. You can't fake doing business with the Chinese government, the Puerto Rican government, and the South Korean government. You can't fake those. You can't fake advanced degrees from top 20 world-ranked universities. You can't fake the things that I do. He's not on my level on any level. You can't fake being personal friends with Mayor Bloomberg. You can't fake being personal friends with the governor of Virginia, being personal friends with the mayor of Baltimore, more than one of them. Yeah, we gonna get into it, bruh. He way out his league right now, talking about he did research. He ain't do research, but carrying on. And mind you, he keeps on lying, saying he don't know who I am. Little buddy, not only do you know who I am, I'm your worst nightmare. And now it's come to fruition.
But I gotta remind niggas that they shouldn't be speaking on me. A bum ass fucking dweeb like you shouldn't be speaking on me. And let me just get.
Wait, did DJ Akademiks call me a dweeb? Let's have somebody do a little bit of research. And I pray that somebody who went to high school with DJ Akademiks steps forward. If you went to high school with DJ Akademiks, please step forward. But let's take a few primary sources. You heard me? Let's hear what DJ Akademiks says about himself. He said that I'm a dweeb. Now, just side note, my background. Dweeb, when we think of this word, we think of people who are nerdy, losers, not socially accepted. How could I be a dweeb? I grew up in Los Angeles. I was president of my middle school. I went to Omega High School in Los Angeles, one of the big ones. And I was voted Mr. Irresistible by the females. You heard me? I was voted best smile and best dressed in an LA high school. I'm like getting multiple things in a big high school. It's like I'm repeatedly the guy. Dweeb, that don't add up, little buddy. Oh, yeah, and I was off the porch while your little weird ass was in your basement, playing video games and checking out Pamela Henderson all day. Dweeb, how are you sitting in a video gaming chair calling someone else a dweeb? These boys live in an alternate universe. It's like up is down and left is right. And I even heard DJ Akademiks say that he's a real nigga. If you're a real nigga, I don't want to be a real nigga. If you're a real nigga, Tyler Perry's a real nigga. If you're a real nigga, what is a real nigga? Don't sign me up for that. What? Come on now. Oh, we gonna get into it. Now let's hear what DJ Akademiks. Let me go ahead and cue this video up for y'all. Because I'm gonna pause that one And let's hear about what DJ Akademiks says about himself. He called me a dweeb when I was always the coolest motherfucker around. You heard me? Yeah, put your jackets on. But let's hear what he says about himself as he was growing up. Let me find this clip. I got a lot of clips lined up. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, the title of this video is called Nobody Accepted Me in High School. What? The title of this video is called Nobody Accepted Me in High School. Is that what the saint in the center, Marquette Devon Burton, says of DJ Akademiks, aka Livingston Allen? Livingston. No, that's what he says about himself. Yeah, nobody accepted me in high school. Boy, we cut from different cloths. I was the fucking man in high school, boy. And you was a goddamn loser. You reinvented yourself. You ain't on a level like this. I've been winning my whole life. You was a bum, boy, and you got low self-esteem, and we gonna expose you. And if y'all wondering, I heard people in the comments. In his comments, everybody was saying, bro, you're about to get blown out, which is factual. I had to take a little bit of time out of my vacation to do this. But here, check this out. This is the crazy thing. You're like, why would he respond to somebody who has so few subs compared to Big Ak? Well, the reason is because the things that I said about him, they hurt him. And the reason they hurt him is because he has low self-esteem, because he was always a loser. Let me give you a little bit of commentary on human nature. For example, when people make fun of me, I laugh with them. If they get off a good-ass joke, I'm going to laugh because I secretly kind of enjoy being made fun of. And the reason is because when I was young, no one ever made fun of me. No one ever fucked with me. No one ever looked at me like, yeah, we want to bully that guy. We want to fuck with that guy. That never happened. So I never got made fun of. So it's fun for me. It's fun. But a guy like this, he was picked on as a kid, little fat face fucker, little silly bastard. He was picked on, so he's sensitive. He has low self-esteem. He tries to pump himself up with his words. But when someone like me speaks the truth, it reminds him of reality. Not the internet things he fakes, but who he really is. When he looks in the mirror and he sees that fat face and he looks at his teeth and there's that slight gap in the middle, which is probably true. He did grow up in Jamaica because that's some third world shit. You can get some goddamn braces, my boy. We got Invisalign. Can somebody get this nigga an Invisalign? He said he's a millionaire. Get that fucking teeth pulled together, my boy. So you got these fat ass fucking cheeks. You got a gap in the middle of your teeth, huh? And then you got this beard, which let me tell you something about DJ Akademiks' beard. That's actually fake. He had that hair transplant stuff. And we can see the photos from before when you would see that he didn't have facial hair here. And another thing I want you guys to notice about DJ Akademiks, he's always wearing a hat. And I heard from reliable sources that he has an alopecia issue. So he has bald spots all over. And he's Beijinged it and had a hair transplant to cover it up. And so knowing that his hair ain't quite right, that's why he's always wearing a hat. Check it out. He's indoors in his own little basement studio wearing a hat at home all day, every day, always in a hat. Yeah, Yeah, check him out. And another thing you need to know about DJ Akademiks, think about the nature of a guy who said what he said about me. When you listen to his roast, which we're going to play, he didn't really say anything of consequence. You see, he skipped over the things that you would say straight away, right? Like, I look better than you. He ain't say that. He know better than that. He didn't say, I get more hoes than you because I got more hoes than clothes, and it shows, you dig? He didn't say anything reasonable. He didn't say I'm more educated, I'm more articulate, I'm more accomplished. None of the above are true. He said, I got more views than you. I got 10,000 views a week. That's cute, my dear boy. You sound like an Instagram thought. You living your life for the likes. I'm the money man. You heard me? I'm about the bread. And the internet doesn't make me money. I do this in between living my life. You dig? YouTube and the internet is his life. Now let's hear about what little Livingston says about himself, little loser.
So anyway, my mom, teacher, father, principal. I didn't know this. We had no life.
He's a fucking schoolboy. Number one, you're a fucking schoolboy. You shouldn't even bring up people like me, man. I'm your superior. God wanted me to be your superior. Think about how you should hate God, Akademiks. I'm going to tell you why. You should be an atheist. This is why. God created me and he created you, right? He created me, made me tall, good-looking, intelligent, athletic. Created you, made you short, fat, stuttering, and of modest intelligence. You should hate God for that because he just made you inferior in every way. And that's why you're so angry. Because a guy like me, I'm a boogeyman to people like you because you're like, damn, he was the cool kid in school and he's smart. I know it sucks. Yeah, we gonna talk about it. You little fat bastard. He's a schoolboy. Said his mom was a teacher, his dad was a principal. And he was a nerd and stayed at home all the time. Let's hear it.
All we did was just like bookwork.
Yeah.
As a kid, that was just normal, though. We didn't know. I used to believe that I was gifted with being smart, not realizing, no, nigga, you just never went outside. All you were doing is schoolwork. So, of course, you're going to get fucking A's. Like, you've been just like killing shit, right? So I come over to the U.S. and I remember like even going to high school and my mom was just always honest about grades. And it was just basically kind of like an overtone, like, yo.
See, now this is helping you understand who Akademiks really is. He grew up as a sheltered little boy in Jamaica. Yeah. And his mommy and daddy sheltered him and kept him inside and made him keep his nose in the books, which gave him diligence, which is important because he's fat and ugly. So he has no natural advantage in the world. He's never been in a situation where people just naturally favored him. So he had to scrape and scratch for everything that he got. And then when he looked at people like me who have a natural advantage, he hated and he was envious. And then that makes sense for what he ended up doing for a living, right? Which is becoming a critic. He's a critic, which is to say that he doesn't have talent. He critiques people who do have talent. And to me, that's not really impressive. I mean, you could be Kobe Bryant or you can be Stephen A. Smith, which is to say you can be in the game or you can talk about the game. And DJ Akademiks, all he does is talk about the game. And somehow he thinks he's a big deal because he's a commentator. He's a fucking loser. And he thinks he's an important person on the planet Earth. I just want to give you a heads up, DJ Akademiks. I highly doubt you've changed anyone's life with your work. In fact, I think you've caused great damage. I assure you, no one is about to write you a letter like, Dear DJ Akademiks, I just want to say that, you're my idol and you've changed my life because I love to hear your commentary when you're roasting people who have more talent than you. Yeah, no, you've not changed anyone's life. And in fact, last I checked, when you were speaking about the violence going on in the Black community in Chicago, and you were airing all of these beefs that were in the streets, making them public, you were actually driving the violence and death. And a lot of people in Chicago and a lot of Black people don't mess with you because of that. And when we got organizations like Black Lives Matter angry at the police, they should be really angry at the likes of a DJ Akademiks who drives warfare among Blacks and the spilling of black blood. Use a dirtbag, boy. Yeah. And I want you to know that you should be ashamed when you try to compare yourself to someone like me. First off, you try to compare yourself on the sense of money, saying I'm broke, which everyone knows is a lie. You can simply Google my name. It's very clear that that's a lie. I mean, after all, I just got off of a private jet in my sixth country in Europe in like 3 weeks. I mean, what are we talking about here? But more importantly, let me tell you about some people who actually go outside. Think of me as an average person, right? Meaning that DJ Akademiks is this internet generation nerd kid, right? Everything he knows and thinks is on the internet and on Instagram. He lives his life for the gram. When DJ Akademiks was doing all this internet nerd shit, I was starting my first... You know why they're calling up? Give me 1 sec. Hello? There's a delivery? Thanks. Is it downstairs? By the reception desk. Thanks. Bye. Jay. Anyways, he's an internet nerd. And so when he was doing all this internet stuff, trying to get his YouTube popping and all this stuff, I was a teacher in Baltimore City, teaching poor Black kids who a significant number of their parents were absent. 10% of Baltimore City's population is on heroin. That's what I was doing. So when you got a guy like Akademiks who'll talk about people like, oh, so-and-so's not famous, so-and-so's not rich. Oh, by the way, my money game is strong. But I started my career teaching Black children in impoverished Baltimore. That changes lives. The shit you doing is garbage, buddy. When you die, you will be forgotten. Your life means nothing. Your commentary on music, it's garbage. The people who made the music impact lives. You just talking about the music being entertaining. I just want to drop them facts on you. Let's carry on. Let's carry on. Little fat buddy. Little fat-faced chipmunk lip boy.
We're sending you to college to become like something esteemed. We want doctors and lawyers. And for any immigrants that's listening to this, you'll know that feeling. The family wants doctors, lawyers, dentists.
They don't want you going to school.
Like, I've heard the story a million times of my mom tell me, hey, now that I've been slapped with reality pressure.
This dude is so fucking boring to listen to. Now, let me tell you guys, and pay close attention to this, and send this to DJ Akademiks. This is an important clip. Hey, Akademiks, you have no story. What I mean by that is your life has there's no plot line to it. There's no climax. You were a sheltered little boy and you've been on the internet your whole life. The reason that you're ever interesting is because you're talking about other people who are interesting. When you're talking about yourself, it's a sleeper. I just played 20 seconds of you talking about yourself and there's nothing to talk about. Yeah, my mom was a teacher. My dad was the principal. I'm an immigrant. All I did was stay in the house and study. Sleeper. You're boring. So when you're on your live chat talking about, I'm Big Ak, I don't need Fresh and Fit. Bro, you need everybody. You're not a content creator. You're a vulture. You can only talk about music other people made. You can only talk about hip hop news that other people were in those events. When you're talking about the current events, it's the current events of another man's life. When you're talking about your life, it's boring. When you're talking about yourself, it's boring. You have no life. You've done nothing. You couldn't write a book on your life. You are a nobody, sir. Yeah. I mean, this shit is a sleeper. I'm going to just play it because I'm trying to get to the point where he says people in high school didn't accept him. He tries to blame it on the fact that he was a Jamaican immigrant, but in reality, it's not because you're a Jamaican immigrant, because there's some fly niggas in Jamaica. It's because you're you. You're a weird-ass nigga named Livingston. That's why people didn't fuck with you.
There's no, hey, okay, well, if I don't turn into something, I could. No. Doctor, fuck it. First year.
This nigga's so boring.
But I knew nothing. Like, Jay-Z and Nas is beefing. And I remember.
Okay, here we go. Now he's talking about when he finally got to America. And then he learned the ways of the African American, and he tried to steal our fucking culture without ever giving us any credit. Man, it happens all the goddamn time. A lot of these charlatans walking around, you think they African American, but they really not. And you might say, well, he black, we black. No, it's different ethnicities, you dig? Like Italians don't pretend to be German. They both white, but they don't pretend to be one another. You dig? Yeah.
Culture looked to me as the weird Jamaican kid.
Right, because you sound a Jamaican accent at that point.
Wait, let me look, here we go.
You're pretty much, if you're in the same town, it's the same people.
Nah, fuck that.
My whole life I've excelled, academically. I want to be a doctor. Fuck it. First year, I ain't gonna lie, I fucking party like a motherfucker. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because in high school, no one accepted me.
Oh, poor boy. He said, in high school, no one accepted me. You's a fucking loser. I wish he would have also told us when he lost his virginity. I would bet my life that DJ Akademiks didn't lose his virginity till college. I will bet my life on that. And he just said no one accepted me. That means he was an outcast. These kind of personalities are deeply psychological. You see, they're rejected by the mainstream. So what they do is they hide who they really are. They watch cool people like me, and then they try to mimic us so that they can present themselves in a way that's more palatable to other people so that they can then be accepted. He's been seeking acceptance his whole life. Imagine if you've not been accepted all the way up to age 18, those are your formative years. That got to weigh deeply against his self-esteem. He literally just admitted he was not accepted. Man, this dude didn't lose his goddamn virginity till late in life. It's a pity. Nigga, I lost my virginity because a bitch thought I was the coolest nigga around. For real, though. In my high school, shorty just kept staring at me. I went and hollered at her, and she told me I'm that nigga, and I can have whatever I want from her. You heard me? So I took that from her. I got mad V cards. You dig? In a real way. That's my real life. Carrying on.
Everybody knows from pretty much elementary school to high school, like you're pretty much, if you're in the same town, it's the same people. I came in around 7th grade. They looked at me and I never fit in. I had to assimilate to American culture. They looked at me as the weird Jamaican kid.
Right, because you sounded Jamaican accent.
Look, he just making up all these bullshit ass excuses. He said, I came in the 7th grade. Everybody else knew each other, so I couldn't fit in because I came in late. Nah, bro, I moved into a new neighborhood when I was in the 7th grade. And I remember them wolves didn't really like me just showing up out of nowhere. And it was a little bit unpleasant to start with, but eventually they recognized the big dog. That's the whole point of being an alpha male, is that the beta males will yield to you. But the thing is, he's a delusional fuck who thinks he's a alpha male, but in reality, he's a beta male. I mean, he damn near looks like a broad. Look at his fat ass fucking face, them titties he got. It's like he's getting fatter every minute. I looked at his Vlad TV interview that was 8 months ago, and he just did one last month, and he got fatter in between them. I mean, it's ludicrous. Yet he thinks that he thinks he compares to me. I mean, this is outrageous. What chick would fuck him? Fat stinking nigga with this raggedy ass beard. He got the free. Come on.
Accent at that point?
Well, not really, but I knew nothing. Like Jay-Z and Nas is beefing, and I remember everybody having conversations. And I'm like, what the fuck going on? I don't know. I'm thinking about Beanie Man and Bounty Killer. You get me?
How come I don't hear a Jamaican accent when you speak?
My oldest.
Can you bring it out? Can I hear the Jamaican Akademiks?
Again, I'm talking to me while I'm talking.
This nigga's a fucking fraud, man. This is a fake ass nigga. This is the kind of guy that, you know, when he's around certain people, he acts a certain way. Nigga done switched up his whole shit. Who the fuck is this guy? Anyways, let's go back to his roasting of the saint and the sinner. Let's hear what he says, this pathetic little fella. A lot of projection here too, and I want you to really understand how his psychology has developed him into the psychopath that he is today. For example, you heard his first identification with the African-American culture. He says, when I showed up as a Jamaican immigrant in the United States among the black kids, they're talking about the Nas and Jay-Z beef. I didn't know anything about this beef that was centered on these two musical artists. So clearly his understanding from an intellectual perspective is that the African-Americans circle around music. So he thought, okay, well, music is how I become accepted among these people. Music is what the cool kids are talking about. So you see how he ends up becoming a commentator on music? You see how that lines up? He found that as a way to get acceptance. Little fucking nerd, I could read you glass, bro. You transparent to me, little buddy. Little weird ass nigga, man. And we gonna show you some more footage. I got a lot coming up. Because we're going to show you some clips with some rappers talking crazy to him. Soldier Boy talks so reckless to him. Some other cat from Chicago told him to his face, I think you're a bitch. What? And I want to slap you dead in your face. I don't think I could sit there and just let somebody tell me that to my face. I don't think I could do it. Yeah, no, I don't think I could. Yeah, here we go. Let's get back to DJ Akademiks. This is when he thought he was roasting me. This is comedy. Here we go. Here we go.
Straight to what these niggas is talking about. Let me see if I can get to the shit. Anyway, so this bum ass nigga right here, you see this nigga right here above me with a bald head? Broke his shit, bum. Straight up. And you know when I say that,
real quick, I want to let everybody know I am the bald head lover. You dig? I am the bald head lover. I keep on getting these calls. Give me a second. Hello? Yo, it's downstairs. Food's downstairs. Yeah, we're coming to pick it up. Thank you. Coming downstairs. Bye. You gonna go grab that? It's downstairs. All right. Sorry about that. We got a lot going on. Oh yeah. So I want to point this out to you guys. So DJ Akademiks, he just says petty things. He's like, oh, this bald head, bruh. I cut all my hair off every day. But here's the thing. Look at my pretty white teeth, man. Look at these perfectly sculpted eyebrows that grow like that. God wanted me to be pretty, man. Come on, man. Look at this jawline right here. DJ Akademiks ain't seen his jawline ever. This nigga's never had a jawline. So it's like, bro, you ugly. What you talking about me for? You ugly, bro. And I really got to appreciate it because, man, you got to be a pretty motherfucker when the worst thing somebody could say about you is you're bald head. I am bald head, clearly. Now tell me something interesting or funny. You heard me? Get off a good joke on me. That's what I like, man. I go to a stand-up comedy shows all the time. And I sit in the front row. Comedian look me up and down and just have to respect it, man. Come on. You's a nerd, boy.
That you can't talk to me. Bro, it's a little broke bum. I don't really know who he is. From my research, he's a lame nigga who is trying to pretend to be fresh and fit. He tried to copy their show. Nobody's fucking with him. The nigga look like a milk dud. Like, bro, we not fucking with you, bro. Like, I see a lot.
Now, mind you, this is the fourth time he said, I don't know who he is, which nobody on the internet believes that. DJ Akademiks, you know exactly who I am. I'm your worst nightmare. And I'm the one that's going to end your career and expose you. And we know you're watching right now, by the way, DJ Akademiks. Not only are you watching, you're not watching by yourself, you're watching with somebody else, and you're like hating and commenting right now because everything that I'm saying is hurting your heart, DJ Akademiks. Actually, let's call him Livingston. Livingston Allen. Yeah, use your government, little weird ass nigga. Who names a nigga Livingston? Nigga, you was meant to be a fucking nerd. Now, he says that the Saint and the Sinner's trying to copy Fresh and Fit. Well, this is another example of him being deeply dishonest. When you look at my page, I got a ton of videos there, and they're mostly lecture, me sitting in front of you and speaking with expertise about a given subject, typically in business or relationships. And these are things I know well, and I have the fruits to prove it. So here's the funny thing. DJ Akademiks can't do that. See, what he doesn't realize is that he's privileged to be in the developed world. If you took a DJ Akademiks and put him in a retrograde economy, like say Albania, for example, I say that because I was recently in Albania, my last Euro tour. You got a retrograde economy like in Albania or something like that, Moldova, whatever you want to pick. His skill set is in making fun of people with more talent and acclaim than him. That's a skill set. Those are your business skills. Talking crazy on the internet. Oh, that's cute. Me, say you took me and put me in a Moldova or an Albania or Ethiopia, you name it. Well, I'm a legitimate businessman. You heard me? I've run international corporations that span several continents, time zones, and languages. I could pull some money up out the mud. You dig? So a guy like DJ Akademiks, he's a creation of this modern bourgeois economy of attention. And he says any crazy thing to get attention. And a lot of times people like a DJ Akademiks, they tend to lie, you see. They got to lie because they have to trump up something to make it more interesting and jarring and sensational to get you to listen. So he's one who exaggerates. And here's what he's doing right here. He lying.
A lot of you niggas who try to copy Fresh and Fit. Let me tell you this. As much as you see me, I fuck with Fresh, I fuck with Myron, and I fuck with Fresh and Fit. You ain't never see me leave from Miami and be like, yo, Akademiks doing Fresh and Fit, bro. I'm big AK, nigga. Nigga, I run this shit, nigga. I ain't never copy a nigga format in my life. I gave the formats niggas copy.
Wait, he said I'm big AK. Let me tell you something. Yeah, in LA, they don't call you the big homie unless you the big homie. You dig? Number one, you got to earn that. Number two, you sure as hell ain't the big homie the way young Draco was yelling at you. And Draco, I didn't smash thick Moroccan bitches that way more than Soulja Boy. You dig? He a little nigga. You let him talk reckless to you, man. We ain't putting big in front of your name. Number one. Number two, little buddy. Consider this. You said I'm big Ak, and I ain't copy Fresh and Fit's format. You know, okay, cool. That's deep. But last I checked, you have to associate with other people just to be relevant. I can just talk and I'm relevant. You got to be with Tekashi Snitch 9. You got to be on Fresh and Fit. You got to talk to celebrities. You got to interview people. because you are not it. It's the other person that's interesting, not you. That's why you got to interview them. So that's what he's failing to understand and admit, huh? Carrying on. Oh, you know what I want to play real quick? Let's skip to something real quick. I want to skip to something. You guys are probably wondering, well, why did Act start talking about the Saint and the Sinner? Like, what hurt his feelings? What hurt his feelings? Well, I'm gonna play it for you real quick. Now, you just heard about a minute and a half of, or you heard 2 minutes, 30 seconds of DJ Act roasting the Saint and the Sinner. That shit was not impressive. I was like, I wasn't hurt. I wasn't impacted. I wasn't entertained. Weak, super weak. I'm gonna play you some of the shit I said about him. And as it goes on, it just gets more brutal and funny and accurate and true. Here's the difference between a DJ Akademiks, which is a stuttering fool, and a real wordsmith. Let's talk about it. Let me go ahead and bust this clip out for you. And this is me. Actually, I did 2 reviews. I did one review of Kevin Gates because the boy kind of out of line with his sexuality. You heard me? I'm predicting he's about to come out of the closet as a bisexual. In my opinion, he didn't already came out low key. And then I also did a review by popular request of my members at patreon.com/the Saint and the Sinner. I think it's linked in the description where you can get exclusive content. I did a review of Andrew Tate. And so DJ Akademiks had interviewed both of these individuals. And that's my whole point, is that DJ Akademiks is not interesting. He has to interview interesting people. And by the way, DJ Akademiks, has a bitch ever DM'd you? You heard me? Has a bitch ever DM'd you like, yo, DJ Akademiks, you that nigga, like I want to suck your dick? I'm just curious because I feel like a nigga like you don't ever get groupies. Like you can be tremendously famous and wealthy and still not get no hoes. And that's another thing we're going to review. I have a video of DJ Akademiks complaining that as a millionaire, he still ain't got no hoes. And that's a pity because last I heard, there's a lot of gold diggers out, especially in 2022 and in Miami of all places. And you still can't get no hoes? Oh, that's a pity. Yeah, let's hear what we said when we destroyed this little boy. And tell me what you think of and this wasn't even a roast. This is just me giving commentary on him. Tell me what you think of what I said about him versus what he said about me and what's more potent. Carrying on. Tell me which was more potent. Go maximize this shit right here.
I'm not getting involved.
Oh.
Lambo's a big G now. I don't want to get, I don't want to get the gangsters in Miami after me.
No. Fresh is our guy. You know what I mean? He don't got the big G's and the gangsters. But he got confused a little bit.
See, one thing I try not to do is loyalty is everything. Not everyone's going to live on the level of the mariachi pimping, you dig? But the point is, if someone doesn't measure up and, you know, those are my people, as I say, be good to good people. I'm not going to throw my people under the bus for any amount of entertainment. I'm not going to throw my people under the bus to get views or to be funny or clever, to create content. That's just not how I rock, you dig? So I find that to be an improper thing.
But he met a girl on a yacht. He said he met her on a yacht. By the way, he said they were talking for a little bit. She wasn't willing to meet him until he was on the yacht.
I'm not going to comment on Fresh's situation.
No,
I will comment.
He's a learner.
Yeah, see, one thing I will say, shout out to Tate for being wise enough to not comment on that situation. Not because it's not despicable, but because it's not his business as a man. That's number one. And then number two, I think we're all looking at DJ Akademiks like, bro, we don't believe you. We don't believe that you're doing anything different than what you're accusing Fresh of doing. You heard me? Like, you ain't the pimpin'. It's not quite proper for you to be trying to put him out there like that, especially when you're sitting right there in his studio. If my eyes don't deceive me.
You had a bunch of choices. You ain't going to be sticking with them.
Okay, I've said to Fresh, though, I said, listen, what you're falling for that.
Dang, he back on his mans. This is a damn shame, bruh. Somebody call little fat face's pop. Call his pop. Slap his pop around. Tell him he ain't raised him right. And boy, oh boy, if you guys ever have a friend, more accurately termed a frenemy, who's over here throwing you under the bus for whatever reason, you know, I kind of like be a little bit iffy about that person. It's one thing to joke. It's one thing to, you know, play good cop, bad cop in front of a broad you about to slay that you just met. That's one thing. But to be dragging somebody through the dirt
dirt in front of 500,000 people. I don't find that to be quite respectable. Shout out to DJ Akademiks for making it this far with damn near no talent. I mean, this man is all hard work. Shout out to the hardworking people. This man is the worst goddamn interviewer ever. And I don't know if it's because he's not engaging when he speaks, he's not concise, or if it's because I just fundamentally don't find him to be authentic, which is to say he's talking from the position of a super player, you dig? Somebody. So look, I'm trying to figure out. Now notice, think about the kind of snake-ass person DJ Akademiks is, and also think about how much talent he lacks. He's supposed to be interviewing Andrew Tate, which last I checked is the most popular guy on the internet presently. So you're interviewing the most intriguing man in the internet world, and all you can talk about is Fresh being somebody who has a sugar baby. You're interviewing Andrew Tate, multimillionaire, webcam business, interesting lifestyle, says a bunch of crazy stuff, and all you can do is constantly bring up one of the shortcomings of your friend while interviewing Andrew Tate, and it has nothing to do with Fresh. To me, that's weird. To me, that don't quite make sense. And that also makes me question your interviewing skills. You couldn't think of anything to say? And why was it top of mind that you wanted to drag your buddy through the dirt? Looks like you'll do anything for $1. Reminds me of a hoe. I think this boy, DJ Akademiks, is a super thought. Yeah. He's like the OnlyFans version of YouTube. Do anything for $1. It's a fucking hoe. Carrying on. So you heard a little taste of what I said about him. We're gonna go back to his roast. And by the way, shout out to the people who are supporting the work. Let me go ahead and acknowledge a few folks. Try to get these in order. Shout out to Kamal, writes Peace of the Saints, early tuition. Roberto sends in tuition. Inf writes paying tuition. This is nothing close to what I owe you. I will pay that debt. Much love from NY. Appreciate it. Peace of the Saints. Shout out to Chris, comes in with tuition. Money Mace writes, you baited Jerry with the mousetrap. Oh, indeed, man. This is what you do when you always thinking 5 moves ahead. And by the way, DJ Akademiks, thank you. Bitch. Appreciate you. Jackson writes, he ain't even know. Oh, yeah, he gonna learn today, though. He writes, he bought Selena Powell a G-Wagon. Oh, yeah, and that ain't the only thing he bought. That's just the one thing that's on wax. And the worst thing about these kind of tricks, like a DJ Akademiks, is that you go and buy a floor a G-Wagon. You go spend $180,000 on this broad. But you don't feel shame because your moral compass is in such disrepair that you allow the slore to post it publicly, and you think you're going to get kudos and credit for buying a low-key porn star a car. And you over here got the nerve to talk about other people shouldn't be giving out game. Oh, no, I think you shouldn't be. Matter of fact, you should be trying to soak up some game, God damn it. Lee E writes, everyone knows the new kids get play if you are handsome and a player. Was true for me, Peace of the Saints. Oh, man, in a real way. Osmosis writes, Peace of the Saints, this roast is epic. Oh, yeah, and we got a lot more work to give, too. It's just getting started. It is just getting started. Let's hear more from DJ Akademiks so I can react to his roast.
Lame ass boy right here, right? Lame ass boy, like ain't nobody watching him. The nigga got 10 million views. Nigga, I did 10 million views in 10 days this month. But anyway, we gonna give him a little spanking. It's all good. We gonna give you the attention you deserve, you bitch ass nigga. So this little hoe ass nigga right here, right? Apparently he went on Fresh and Fit. I don't know who he is, but yo.
Now let me tell you how we know he's lying again. Notice I pointed out early. I said count how many times he says I don't know this nigga. Count how many times he says I don't know who he is. That's one of the clear indicators of someone lying, is that they're overemphasizing. By the way, gentlemen, when you're trying to get one over on your girl, don't go overboard. This is a sign that you're lying. He said, I don't know this guy like 50 fucking times. Then he says, quote, apparently he went on Fresh and Fit. Oh, apparently. Okay, my guy. So if you don't know me, how would you know I went on Fresh and Fit? Number one, because if you tried to find that going on my page, you wouldn't find it on my page. I didn't post that interview the first time or the second time. And if you went on Fresh and Fit's page, interviews I did on Fresh and Fit are pretty old. So you'd have to scroll pretty fucking deep to find it. So you're lying. You know who I am. In fact, you're probably a fan. DJ Akademiks a fucking fan. You heard me? He probably fucking juiced that I even bring up his name. Little chipmunk face nigga. Yes, indeed. DJ Akademiks a fan. Carrying on to the lies.
My dog tweaking. Hold on, I gotta tell my shorty to go get him. Like, cause I gotta violate this thing, and this violation might take a while. Hold on. Let me just call her. Let me call her. Jesus Christ. He is wilding. Hold on, give me 1 second. I'm gonna mute up.
This little fat, ugly, filthy dirt bag. By the way, you live in filth if you live with animals inside your house. You live in filth. And moreover, when did I get violated? I'm still waiting to hear something relevant. So far, he said, I'm bald, which is apparent. It's called a truism. A truism is when you're stating something that's so obvious, it need not be stated. I'm bald. You got to make a joke with it. You just can't state that I'm bald. That itself is not funny. But I'm also far more handsome than you are, that you'll ever be. You dig? Like, you can get all the surgery in the world. You ain't gonna never look this good. Because God didn't want you to look good, Akademiks. He put all that fucking fat under your neck, which is more of a female characteristic. It's the man that has the strong jawline, Akademiks. So you's a fat, ugly nigga, man. And I understand why you hate on a fly young nigga like me, man. I understand it. It's been happening my whole life. But never to my face, though. You guys usually hide behind the internet or some other shadow, some other screen.
Oh my God. I got you.
My boy.
All right. She about to get Pluto, you know, big Pluto, you know what I mean? No. He was wilding today, so I had him on a leash for the majority of the day. He usually not used to that. But he cool. Anyway, this bitch ass nigga right here, right? Man, so this lame ass nigga, like most of these lame ass niggas, and I always gotta point it out because I always gotta establish what niggas be thinking. Please be known, I've had a billion views before I met any of these niggas.
This is good. So you see where he gets his self-esteem from. Views. That's great. I want you guys to pay close attention. You see, me, when I teach you guys about manhood, I teach you that, number one, you have to know who you are. And number two, for you to be proud of yourself, you actually have to go out in this world and do something, have an accomplishment. DJ Akademiks, his accomplishment is he has views. Wait, what? You said what? Akademiks, your accomplishment is what? Views, meaning people watch your video. Yeah, but what have you done? What can I put in my hand that you have done as a man? Views? To me, that's comparable to a female saying, hey, look how many likes I have on Instagram. Bitch. That's what his life is about, views. Now, to me, I'm not impressed. When I talk about accomplishment, I'm thinking about things like, well, I went to the Johns Hopkins University for graduate school, which is a top 20 university in the world. He went to Rutgers, which is not shit, by the way. If you look at the top 100 universities in the world, both of my universities are on that list. He went to fucking Rutgers, not even on the list. And did he even graduate? Ask him that. Did he get a degree? And how long was he there? It's a 4-year degree. How many years was he there? Dumb fuck. Now, I went to the Johns Hopkins University. They gave me an award for being a distinguished alumnus. That's something you could put in your fucking hand. I did Teach for America. I helped black kids in Baltimore, impoverished black kids who grew up in the same struggle I grew up in. That's some shit you could put in your hand. Founded a nonprofit that gave wraparound services to families in Baltimore. Get these kids up out the mud, get them in the university, get them jobs, get their parents jobs. Something you could put in your hand as a man. That's when people will never forget you because you changed their life. I founded corporations and had offices in South Korea, in Puerto Rico, was there in China working on a deal right before the pandemic, had offices in St. Louis, Chicago, Baltimore, and Michigan, St. Louis, Springfield, Missouri, Erie, Pennsylvania, and I could go on. I gave people jobs, my boy. Yeah, help them feed their families. That's something you could put in your hands as a man. He over here talking about views. What the what views, my boy? Views? I got more views than you. Yeah, my nigga, that's great. You got more views. I will never measure myself based on views. I promise you. Now, we might add up some dollars. We could talk about that, though. We could talk about that. So, nah, we're not on the same level. And you're teaching people to think like a hoe. That's what academics is about, thinking like a hoe. Carrying on.
And I'll have billions of views after I met these niggas. Okay. You see, academics is a one of one. Academics created an infrastructure. Academics don't need nobody. Academics is academics. Academics is one of the reasons why rap coverage is like what it is. Academics is not you, Satan sinner. No.
Pause. Wait, did you just say academics don't need nobody? Nigga, your whole platform is about talking about somebody. Your whole platform is about interviewing somebody. You're a nobody. You definitely need people. Motherfucker, you wouldn't be anybody without talking about people who are somebody. Last I checked, you did reviews of rap music and rap music artists. You covered the war in Chirac. Were you in the war in Chirac? No, you weren't in the war. You're a motherfucking war correspondent talking about it. Motherfucker, you need people because you're nobody and nothing. And no one respects you. No one's interested in you. I promise you this. If you went a whole week just talking about DJ Akademiks, you went a whole week. Everything you do and say is just DJ Akademiks. What did DJ Akademiks do today? What are DJ Akademiks' philosophies? What's on DJ Akademiks' mind? Your ass will go flat. Your views will bottom out because you're a fucking clown and everybody knows it. Carrying on.
Nobody knows you. You're a bum. You're a nigga who went to Fresh and Fit, seen that they were winning, and ran back to wherever the fuck you were from, trying to recreate what they got, trying to be Myron. I seen your shit, nigga. It just won't work. You feel me?
Now he said, mind you, he started off saying, I don't know who this guy is. Then he says, I saw your shit. Excuse the vulgarity, I'm quoting. Then he states you were trying to be Myron. Well, let's talk the facts. Fresh and Fit reached out to me. I didn't reach out to them. That's number one. Number two, Myron called in on video call to my live stream before they even got big and said, hey, man, I respect what you're doing. I like the work. So if he calling in saying he like my shit, how am I trying to be him? That don't add up. How that add up? That's like saying Michael Jordan is trying to be Kobe. How could Michael Jordan be Kobe? What the fuck? Come on, my nigga. You sound ludicrous. And I tell you what, if what you're saying is real, if I'm trying to be Myron, let me hear Myron say that. I want to hear you say, let me hear Myron say that. You talking bullshit. That's why we ain't heard nobody else say that. You're just making up shit. Carrying on.
You're not him. You're not them. It's not there. But I see you try to, like, you know what I mean? You clearly trying to fit in this little atmosphere. You talking about taste. So I seen you use my podcast. That's off the record. By the way, salute to Fresh and Fit. They let me film there. I see you had some comments about me. So now let me watch this and then I'll violate you some more.
Wait, I'm still waiting, Ak. How did you violate me? The only thing you've said is that I'm bald head, which is factual. That's the one thing you said that was true. And I'll be having hoes rub on my head. You hear me? Some of them ain't never been with a bald head man. Some of them, I just, when I first meet them, sometimes I just take their hand and just rub it around my head. Shit, turn them on. They don't want to never go back. Yeah, in a real way. But anyways, how you violated me? I've yet to hear you say anything factual. You said I'm a bitch ass nigga, which as a bitch ass nigga, I would like to invite you to throw hands. We could get in a boxing ring. No, we don't have to do anything street. Just, nothing street. I'm not being a tough guy. I just said, let's get in a boxing ring. We throw hands. And I know you weigh more than I weigh, so we ain't even got to meet at the same weight. We just throw whatever weight you at right now, we throw hands. Since I'm a bitch ass nigga. That's number one. So as a bitch ass nigga, I gave you that invitation. So that's countering that. You said I'm trying to be Myron, but Myron called into my show saying, hey, I like your shit. So that dispels that. So I'm still waiting. Where was the violation? Where'd you violate me at? There's no violation. It's not possible to violate me. People like you don't violate people like me. People like me violate people like you. Easy, effortlessly, because you're my inferior in every way.
This is part of my Andrew Tate podcast. Film that Fresh and Fit. Here we go.
Bruv, the accent's really good, bruv. Carry on.
What is? You heard that, Fresh? And I Fresh. Did you hear that? And I ain't here trying to save. I ain't here trying to save nobody.
You gotta ask Fresh about it, Miranda.
I'm not getting involved.
Oh.
Lambo's a big G now. I don't want to get
Let me point out how feminine this is. This is so feminine. You got Tate and you got DJ Fatademics. So you got Andrew Tate and you have DJ Wakademics, DJ Packagimics, DJ Lackademics, DJ he don't know his limits, but he about to find out. So you got Tate and this fat face fucker. And he's over here asking Tate about what he thinks about Fresh and Fit's Fresh's personal romantic affairs. Who cares? That's Fresh's shit. As a grown man, I don't want to engage in gossip. Then he even says, quote, hey, you gotta ask him about Miranda. So now you're advising another man off some gossip girl shit to go reach out to another man to ask him about what chick he's dealing with? Me? I have no concern over how you get your dick wet. You heard me? Do what you do. I'm going to do what I do. That's some real weirdo shit. And this is what people listen to. Well, not anymore. We ending this shit right now. Yes, indeed.
I don't want to get the gangsters in Miami after me.
No. For Fresh is our guy. You know what I mean? He don't got the big G's and the gangsters, but he got confused a little bit.
See, one thing I try not to do, you dig, is me, loyalty is everything. Not everyone's going to live on the level of the mariachi pimping, you dig? From a level.
Yo, is this fucking dweeb really talking like this, man? Boy, you got 10 million. Boy, you literally got 10 million views talking to big fucking act, nigga.
So here's one thing I want you guys to really think about. I really do. So number one, he's talking into a microphone on a screen and he's saying, boy, okay. And he's calling himself Big Ack. He's about to go off on some rant about be who you are in real life. That's funny because I'm the realest shit on the internet, period. By far. So he's about to go into some rant about that, but I'm asking myself, okay, you Big Ack, but let us be honest. If I was in a room and it was me and Livingston Allen, aka DJ Akademiks, and we locked the door in that room and it was just he and I, you think he would call me boy in real life? Nah, he wouldn't do that. He wouldn't even make eye contact with me. You heard me? And if something pop off in that room, it'd be his fucking bloods and guts all over that motherfucker. Not mine. We know he ain't like that. I ain't even like that. I'm a man of peace. But one thing I never do is go out like babbling and disrespecting people off some gangster shit. Like, don't call me a bitch and don't call me a boy because you're going overboard. And I don't like to be disrespected. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah. And let me go back to when I was roasting him. Not even roasting him, just giving a little bit of commentary. We're going to go back to that. He said he violated me, but I'm waiting to hear how he violated me. It still ain't happened yet because he has no truth. You can't violate somebody unless you got truth. I'm going to play what I was saying about him, which is actually a violation. And then also in the clip that my man put together, Peace of the Saints, you're going to see where somebody disrespects him in person, face to face, and see how he reacts. And mind you, just in case you're new to The Saint and the Sinner, I wrote a book called The Black Box. It's my life story, my real life. I got real legal names throughout it. Any case you hear mentioned in that, you can Google and find that case is a real case. It's my real life with my real name and real stories. I'm everything that rappers say they was. I'm everything that you've seen in a movie in real life. Yeah. And everything is verifiable. You're not like me. You shouldn't even be talking to me. This the motherfucker, man. Let me just play this other clip. I'm disgusted. I mean, just imagine. When did the world become Revenge of the Nerds? This is why it's so strange to me, right? Because like say in high school, you got the cool kids, you got the nerds. The nerds don't speak up on the cool kids. The nerds sit down and shut the fuck up, right? You know, they don't be speaking up on the cool kids. Now, as adults, he got him a little bit of bread, and now it's Revenge of the Nerds. It's like he's mad and he wants to get back at the kids who were cool in school and used to look down on his little weird ass. And so he's trying to like attack the cool kids. But it's like, bruh, nah, we still ain't going for it. We ain't going for it. Here we go. Here's a real roast.
In the game, they're seasoned in the game, and they know how to play the game. I don't believe it. You heard me? He don't even know how to hit an abdominal crunch. So I highly doubt he knows how to pull up on these hoes in the proper way. You dig? Hope y'all peep that wordplay. Ab crunch, pull up, extras. Anyways.
I can't like somebody because I'm Kevin Gates. I'm human.
Was she married though, man?
Wouldn't give a fuck what she is. I don't know.
Married though, man. Akademiks, man, sit up straight and tell that man what's on your mind. Them tight ass jeans. Somebody tell Akademiks skinny jeans are for skinny people. Somebody share the word with him.
Man, you fat as fuck and nigga shut the fuck up. I know your chin. You got some shit on your chin.
Man. Do you really think you gave Juice WRLD his name?
Think Juice WRLD told me I gave him his name. Idiot. Did you not see his interview with Sway? Because he told me. Stupid.
So why you ain't give?
Fuck you mean? Goofy? Are you stupid?
Wow. Wow. Did you guys just see what I saw? Wow. Wow. Number one, Soulja Boy weighs about as much as a prostitute in Bangkok. I mean, are we serious right now? Soulja Boy weighs a clean 90 pounds. You didn't let this little ass nigga talk crazy to Big Ak. You Big Ak. And you didn't let a motherfucker who weighed 85 pounds talk crazy to you on national TV, my boy. That's what they doing now. That's what Big Ak doing. That shit crazy. Yeah, and here's the other thing. He talking reckless about me in his little dark ass basement, right? But now he's in front of the bright lights, and Soulja Boy done just violated him. He say he violated me. No, this is what a violation looks like. The way your ass just got disrespected and violated. That's a violation. Yeah, no, that's a violation. If you want to know what the fuck a violation is, it's when he just told you dumb as fuck, called you goofy, and told you you're an idiot. And then what you do in reaction, did you snap back? Oh, you said, look at this dumbass face he making right here. Little fat face ass nigga. Boy, oh boy. You know, I want to get my girl some booty shots. I'm going to have the doctor take the fat out of Akademiks' fucking face and put into my girl's butt. This fat face, ugly ass, little, man. And notice what I told you. He got hair issues. Why is he always wearing a hat? Every single time he's wearing a hat. That's weird, isn't it? It's kind of weird. Carrying on.
I'm the realest nigga y'all admit. I'm the realest nigga in the rap game. No, listen, nigga, fuck, nigga. Got me fucked up.
Back to your regularly scheduled program.
Is Akademiks just a cornball, or is he nervous? Is he scared, or is he just a cornball? You know, people probably slapped his milk off his lunch tray. You dig? You know, he was not the super P. And so he used to look at a cat like me like, oh man, I want to win like that. And so then he got his money right through diligence. And that's why when you look today and you see people in Akademiks' position, which is a position of success, the cool guy, he ain't had a work ethic. He might have been born good looking, tall, strong, athletic. He ain't had a work ethic. He ain't had a mindset, the right ideas going through his mind. And that's why we got to suffer watching the Akademiks do what he do, stammering through the interview.
Yeah, but
because he's the one that put himself in position. You heard me? He delivered himself to that position. So shout out to him. And shout out to the other cornballs who put themselves in position. I'm proud of you guys. For real. It's the most disrespectful compliment you ever heard. Carrying on.
you said in the interview, you said, what'd you say? You say, if your girl was sleeping with somebody else, you were like, yo, or as long as you watch the video or some shit like that. I can't remember what it was. It was like, yo.
On the song, Shoot My Shot.
Now, notice, please notice what kind of a bitch ass nigga he is. When he was stammering and using all of this circumlocution, talking to Kevin Gates, he ended his statement saying, quote, I can't remember. Well, nah, dog, you do remember because you just said what you said. How you don't remember, but you just said what you said. So you do remember, number one. And number two, you try to act like somebody else is the cause of you saying this rather than you just saying it. And that's what he does a lot of times. Instead of him saying, he says, oh, people say that, or I heard that, or so-and-so wanted me to ask you. Very feminine, this guy. I forgot. He's a bitch ass nigga. Now, I want you guys to notice how DJ Akademiks reacted when little ass Soldier Boy was talking crazy to him, because I'm going to keep it funky with you. If Soldier Boy would have stood up like he stood up over Akademiks and then start calling me dumb and that I'm a bitch and I don't know shit, and I would have wore his ass out right then and there, period, because I'd have lost it. This little ass nigga right here talking like this. No, I'd have lost it. But instead, he sat there chuckling with his hands over his penis. And I want you to understand something about body language. In the animal kingdom, the phallus, that is the penis, is a sign of the male virility. So when you cover over the phallus with your hands, that is like a protective motion. That's a protective motion, a defensive motion. So he was in a fearful state because of Big Draco. Big Ak was scared of Big Draco. Hilarious. Wow. Wow. But somehow when he's in person with Lil Draco, Big Draco, Big Ak and Big Draco, he's all smiley and docile. Why ain't you yelling and all turned up? Why ain't you violating, Ak? That's curious. Then when you're talking to Kevin Gates, your ass is like, can't remember stuff and you stammering over your words. But let me play something for you guys. Listen to how he talked to females. I want you to pay close attention to this, because this is how you separate what a real man is, how he interacts on a consistent basis. And check my background. People tell you today, oh, Marquette, he's an asshole, or he's cocky, or he's this. Yeah. And you check me 10 years ago, 15, 20 years ago, I was still a cocky asshole. Been like that my whole life. Been talking reckless my whole life. And guess what? I ain't never turned down a fade my whole life. Ain't never turned down one fade. Everything my mouth gets me, everything it earns me, I'll go down for it. I deal with it and never turn down a fair one. Ask anybody that know me. That's my real life. Yeah. Now, check this out. We just saw him act like a bitch in front of dudes. Now we're going to play a clip of him with a female. Now he yelling, he turned up, he's standing up, he all big and bombastic. Where was all that energy when you was talking to dudes? Huh? Let's go ahead and play it. Here we go. Let me find that clip for you. This is when he's Big Ak. When he's talking to a female that won't beat his ass, that's when he becomes Big Ak. That's when he goes into his alternative motherfucking personality. Hold on, let me find the clip of Big Ak. This is when he becomes Big Ak. Let me find this shit. This shit funny. Hold on. This shit's great. He's like, you know how the banner, he's like calm, and then somebody get him mad, he turns into the Hulk. Well, DJ Ak only turns into the Hulk when he's talking to a bitch. He talking to a dude, he just remains Bruce Banner. A little nice. He nice, man. DJ Ak, you're nice, bro. Don't bring me up. You nice. Here we go. This is when DJ Ak, aka Livingston Allen, becomes Big Ak.
Fucking Elon Musk fucking cock on OnlyFans on his girl. Why not? You know why? He said it.
I got a question.
I'm not trying to compare that to me, but niggas got legit businesses that your girl's business is bullshit.
What are you doing? I really got a question though. Okay.
Google shit, bitch.
Oh, that's crazy, Ak. That's crazy, my boy. See what hurts my heart? And let me talk to you bitch ass niggas out there. What hurts my heart? So you stood up, you saw Ak, he's sitting down, he yelling, then he stand up yelling, then he sit back down yelling, and then he turns to the female and says, Google it, bitch. Google it, bitch. Oh, you could call her a bitch. But when Draco called you a bitch, you didn't call him a bitch back. Okay. When Vic Mensa called you a bitch, you didn't call him a bitch back. Okay. And when you was talking to Kevin Gates, you was acting like a bitch. Oh, but you big Draco though. Oh, okay, that's deep. Yeah, we don't live like that out here. Nah. So before you bring my motherfucking name up, and he called me a bitch too. That's funny. Before you bring my motherfucking name up, why don't you get your shit together and become one person? Why don't you get your shit together and become one person? Because if you check on me, if there's never been a situation in all of my life when a dude stood toe to toe with me and called me a bitch or told me he was gonna slap me, never in life. And I never claimed to be a gangster, but I damn show him a fee I issue to the gristle, and I ain't gonna let that go down. But you ain't call a dude a bitch, you just called a bitch a bitch. Called a female a bitch. I didn't mean to say a bitch, that's not right. But he talked like that to a female, and this is the internet of, this is the modern internet man. You feel me? They so fucking weak and they're hateful of women because, and the DJ Akademiks, the reason he hates women, he's a true misogynist. The reason he hates women is because when he was growing up, women didn't show him any love. And why would they show him love? I mean, look at his face, right? Look at that face. That's a face only a mother could love. And being that he was stuttering and he was overweight and he was Jamaican and he was an outsider, the shorties ain't fuck with him. And he been mad since he was a young boy. And that's why he taking out all his frustration during the Fresh and Fit show. And for a guy who doesn't need Fresh and Fit, I'd say, damn, he's on Fresh and Fit all the time. I mean, DJ Akademiks to Fresh and Fit is like what Boosie is to DJ Vlad, which is to say Boosie's always on Vlad. But here's the difference. Boosie's interesting to listen to. We watch DJ Vlad to see Boosie. People don't watch Fresh and Fit to see DJ Akademiks. But DJ Akademiks is going there to be relevant. Weird fat little nigga. It's a pity. He's a tough guy when he's talking to the hoes. That's amazing. Shout out to Big Ak, big tough guy. Anyways, now let's get back to DJ Akademiks roasting the Saint and the Sinner. Let's hear the great roast he has. He violates the Saint and the Sinner. Let's hear it. Find this link for you. I got so many links I still got to pick up. We still ain't talking about his females. You hear me? That's one of the things when he started comparing himself to the Saint and the Sinner. Well, the Saint and the Sinner talks about entrepreneurship and relationships, i.e. women. Well, you ain't on my level of business, period. And you damn sure ain't on my level of women, period. So he ain't bring that up. But we still gonna talk about his women. Or woman. We're gonna talk about his woman. Here we go, DJ Akademiks.
I gotta start putting niggas in their place. This is Big Ak, and this is this dweeb up there talking about me. But I let it rock.
Of style, from a level of articulation, from a level of the quality of your stable, from
shut the fuck up,
from a level of your bank account, and I don't expect them to live at
you. Bank or account should not be. You shouldn't say that, especially talking about me.
This level, you dig? If they, I really want you guys to understand how tricks think, because DJ Akademiks has low self-esteem. He can't ever talk about his worth as a man, just who he is. So he always talks about views. Oh, people watch my content. Views, little nerd. And then he talks about money. But here's the worst part. You see, and he kind of messed up here, you know, and we're not surprised. Guy like this with no integrity hangs out with Tekashi Snitch 9. We shouldn't be surprised at all. He hangs with a fucking snitch. He's a fucking bitch. And he broke the 19th law. Know who you fucking with. Huh? He don't know who he fucking with. He didn't broke that law. That's why I'm gonna give him 5 days to apologize. Because number one, he said I shouldn't mention bank account. Why? We could play big bank, take little bank for sure, little buddy. Yeah, we could do that. Because if you use your little rabbit ass brain and ask yourself, well, the wealthiest men around the world are guys who are in the tech business, for the most part, right? That's the business I was in, little buddy. And there's a company called Why Not. No longer exists because I sold it. So I'm good. We could talk about bank accounts, little buddy. We don't need to talk about views. Let's talk about dollars. We can do that. And the worst part about DJ Akademiks, who clearly is not an academic, as he didn't do his homework, he trying to test me, but nah, his math ain't adding up because he called me broke. And it's like, come on, bro. I've been in Europe for 3 weeks flying around in private jets. I mean, just today, you can check my Instagram. The link is in the description if you want to see what my life is really like. I do the shit you can't fake. So yeah, what we talking about? Just notice how he's making up shit. He's like, he should have mentioned bank account. We can mention bank account, but at the end of the day, I don't ever measure myself up on bank account. I don't measure myself up on views. And a guy with low self-esteem, he never talks about being a valuable person, a valuable man, a high-value man based on who he is, on his merits. He only talks about it based on his money. So understand that as a trick, he built up his money so that he could then pursue women with his wallet. And that's the value that he offers women, his wallet. And we're going to verify that using his own words, because there's a video where he's discussing his disappointment at not being able to get a chick while being a millionaire. Oh, that's how you get women? You get money, then you get women? Oh, okay, that's how they do that? I didn't realize. Oh, fucking nerd.
They did, I wouldn't be a unicorn. But the point is, if someone doesn't measure up and, you know, those are my people, as I say, be good to good people. I'm not going to throw my people under the bus for any amount of entertainment. I'm not going to throw my people under the bus to get views or to be funny or clever to create content. That's just not how I rock. You dig? So I find that to be an improper thing. Surely I don't condone what he's referring to. You dig? We're going to keep it playerific out here. Carrying on.
Yo, chat, when y'all see me talk about this little red pill shit, it's lames like this I be talking about. Yo, whatever your name is, brother, this is why you're lame and nobody watches you, and this is also that's why you're just a phony person. Bro, I'm not one person online and a different person, the real person. Like, everybody knows me. I'm gonna be the same way regardless. Let me tell you what's wrong with this whole red pill stuff.
Wait a second. Did he just say that I'm not one person online and another person when I'm face to face? Did he just claim that he's not a person who has an online persona and then behaves differently in real life? Because what we witnessed is that, well, when you were in real life with Soldier Boy, you weren't Big Ack, you were Little Ack, sitting down covering your scrotum. When you were in real life with Vic Mensa getting disrespected, you weren't Big Ack, you were Little Ack. But then when you were on the Fresh and Fit show and you were in front of a female, you were yelling and acting all belligerent, and that's because you're not scared of a female standing up and beating your ass. So yeah, you are phony. You're extremely phony, and what you're doing is projecting. I see some folks in the chat have written that there's an internet issue. You guys would have to verify right now, but as I said, I've been traveling throughout Europe, and at the moment I'm in Poland. I just touched down today, and I saw somebody in the chat write, your Wi-Fi suggests that you're broke. I just think it's funny because, you know, I just arrived in Warsaw. Now, mind you, I booked just 2 days ago. I was like, called my contact, said, hey, set me up a private jet from, where was I? From Prague to Warsaw, Poland. Doesn't matter what it costs. So you're telling me I just touched down today in a private jet, I'm broke. I mean, the internet is just, it's amazing, right? That's why I find my work so important, to be honest with you, because when you have so many psychopaths on the internet just saying that the sky is not blue, you need someone like me who's mature and actually has experience and credentials to correct that, a reliable source. I mean, just imagine. You got a guy like DJ Akademiks, who probably in his whole life has only been in the United States and Jamaica. Then you got a guy like me that's been to countless number of countries. I traveled in the last 2 months more than he's traveled in his entire life. I bet my life on it. Last 2 months, more than he's traveled his whole life. That's maturity, that's experience. You're not really going to be able to get any game from DJ Akademiks because he doesn't have any experience. And that's why people come to me for game. Yeah. And we ain't going to be humble about it. We just going to talk the facts.
Face, and when I call it out, sometimes people think incorrectly that I'm talking specific dudes. No, I'm not. It's usually like lame ass niggas like this who actually believe, and let me tell you why they believe this, who believe in this two-facedness that should be happening. Let me just tell you how I gained my millions and I've made my empire.
Wait, what fucking empire does he have? Like, why do people keep on using the terminology of empire? You need to understand what an empire consists of. One, an emperor, which is an unquestioned ruler, and everyone is subject to an emperor. Further, an emperor becomes such because they have also been a conqueror, which means not only have you established what you do, but you also have taken over others. You have an army at your disposal. I bet my life that DJ Akademiks does not have real supporters. He has casual observers. They're interested as long as he's talking about drama. But if he were to just go and try to lecture on something that's important to him, nobody cares. So, no, you don't have an empire, DJ Akademiks. You have some money. You don't have an empire. That's ludicrous. And I want people to be more accurate. DJ Akademiks, he's kind of like one of them fat black chicks who are like, I'm a queen. No, you're not a queen. You're a fat black woman with fake hair. You and a queen are quite far apart. Just like DJ Akademiks, you're a little fat-faced black guy who has an inferiority complex and hates women because they never liked you. You're not an emperor and you don't have an empire. You just got a little bit of internet money. That's all. And don't let that go to your head, little buddy. You see, as much of an asshole as I am, I was always an asshole. I didn't become an asshole because I got money. If anything, I became more humble. You dig? More humble because I got a chance at understanding the world a little better. Yeah. This little fat guy. He got an empire. Big Act got an empire. Fuck,
I did this through being honest. I did this through being myself. I didn't do
yourself.
this through being a
Your name is Livingston.
Let me tell you what this means. Selling one image and being another. I'm like that. If anybody's cool with me, if anybody's friends with me, whether it's like the rappers, 6ix9ine, Young Boy, anybody, I'm not the nigga who's gonna be like this with you in private and like this with you in public. This is where I look at most of these niggas to be lame. Because most of these niggas know they're scammers. Most of these niggas know they're preying upon young men who really are impressionable.
You know what I want to know? You're talking about scammers, DJ Akademiks. Curious. So you're talking about scammers. I think a lot of your friends are actually scammers, DJ Akademiks. That's funny you mentioned that. Further, you're talking about people selling courses. I don't sell any courses. So what the fuck are you talking about? This is the problem with these internet nerds who go live every single day. And the reason DJ Akademiks goes live every single day, multiple times a day, is because he's trying to get views. And he's trying to get views, one, for his self-esteem, and two, for his pocketbook. He has no consideration of if he's actually about to give you some quality information. And that's why right now he's talking about the most interesting thing on the internet, the saint and the sinner. He's talking about the fucking talk of the internet, the saint and the sinner, your favorite YouTuber's favorite YouTuber. And he needs me for content. He needs me, just like he needs everybody else he talks about. But the problem is he doesn't do any fucking research. That's why he didn't know who he's talking about. And he's speaking from a place of ignorance. That's why he's babbling.
Because they're trying to sell them products. I don't try to sell products. I just be entertaining. But the majority of y'all are trying to sell the fact that y'all have. This is why you're lame. Because y'all won't be individuals that are just yourselves. Let me tell you about the relationship with me and Fresh. Y'all could ask Fresh. Ain't nothing I wouldn't say to him off camera that I wouldn't say to him on camera. Bro, I'm not here to embarrass him. And by the way, it should be vice versa.
This guy's so fucking boring. I mean, are we kidding? This guy is so talentless and boring. To listen to him speak is a real snoozer. But so let's skip a little bit away from this and let's see about the kind of women he talks about, because he mentioned game. You dig? And mind you, if anybody on the internet is going to teach game, it might as well be me, because you heard me. I didn't have them all over the world in different flavors, from the wealthy ones to the broke ones. I didn't try it all. But there's some things I just won't touch. There's some women I look at them, I'm like, yeah, you look like an STD. And the chick that he was dealing with, she looked like a STD. I think you guys might know who I'm talking about. Yeah. And not only are we about to expose who DJ Akademiks is dating and having intercourse with no condom, we also about to learn about how he's kind of a sexual pervert, bit of a weirdo. Yeah. So he's a cuck. He's a cuck. You guys know what that is? DJ Akademiks is a cuck. So's this guy. Carrying on. Now, here we go. This is the girl that DJ Akademiks deals with.
You never spent 6ix9ine either?
No, I fucked the shit out of him.
How was that? What was the scenario?
Actually, I fucked him.
Now, see, this is really sad and disgusting. And just side note, gentlemen, you see, me, I like my passport tatted up. You know, I like that stamped. I don't like my women tatted up and stamped. They look kind of grimy, a little bit too rugged. You hear me? I don't like my women looking like the subways in Harlem. So apparently DJ Akademiks like these raggedy thug hoes. She looked like a broad off of Skid Row. Why she's wearing those big glasses, I don't know. Maybe she high as hell. She's trying to cover it up. But this is Selena Powell. This is the chick that he is responsible for tricking on. This is the one that he bought a G-Wagon. And yes, she did post this on social media. She said, DJ Akademiks bought me a G-Wagon and he signed off on that. What a fucking weirdo. Now, she is talking about having sex with Tekashi 6ix9ine, which was his friend. Yes, I repeat, this is DJ Akademiks' little piece that he used to fuck on. And she's talking about how she was fucking on his best buddy, Tekashi 6ix9ine. Oh, that's kind of gross and embarrassing. Is that normal shit nowadays? Like, that's cool? Let me know. Like, maybe I don't get out enough. Shout out to Junior Papali, sends in support. Let me go ahead and catch up on these super chats real quick. We're gonna get back to this roast. This nigga's pathetic. Fucking on this little slut bitch. And the funny thing is, when I was doing the research for this video, I typed in the name Selena Powell because people were like, hey, check out Selena Powell. He bought the hoe a G-Wagon. What? Say it ain't so. I type in Selena Powell. First link comes up is Brazzers. The fuck? I click it. This bitch is a whole porn actress. I see the boy right here. I see him. I'm like, oh, he about to interview this hoe. This ain't porn. Then next thing you know, this broad is bobbing on the BBC. I'm like, the fuck kind of shit is this? So he's dealing with actual porn actresses who have such low morals that she's on here talking proudly about her sexual behaviors. Now, it used to be that women had some level of shame to where they want to at least pretend. You feel me? At least pretend as though they have some level of purity. So if he's dealing with a chick who's indiscriminate in who she sleeps with, so indiscriminate that she would have sex with your best friend. Oh, and it gets worse. Not only having sex with his best friend, but while he's there. Yes, I kid you not. We're going to play that for you. She met Tekashi 6ix9ine through DJ Akademiks, and that same day she met him with Tekashi 6ix9ine and DJ Akademiks together in the room, she ended up fucking Tekashi 6ix9ine. Tito writes, the Caribbean and Africans come to America and copy the swag and culture. And you know what? Low key, the African American is a small ethnic group, but exercises disproportionate influence in global culture. So everybody be trying to copy the African American. Some might look down on us, but at the end of the day, we get copied a lot now, don't we? Alex writes, peace to the saints. Act messing with the wrong one. Ho, indeed he is. He gonna learn the hard way. And this ain't even a real roast. You feel me? This is light work. You know, it's a real roast when I pull out a PowerPoint. I ain't even pulled out a PowerPoint. I ain't have time. You heard me? I'm trying to manage all these chicks before the billion sends in tuition. Osmosis writes, peace to the saints. Roast is epic. Okay. Catch up real quick. He writes, Act has to respond. Oh, man, I don't know what he was thinking when he made the first video. I mean, I think he was goofy. And the thing is, I really got to question his relationship with Fresh, because if he would have mentioned this to Fresh was like, no, don't do it. Don't do it, nigga. You're sabotaging yourself. It's all bad. Abort mission. Abort mission. Yeah, he's a fucking fool, this Livingston Allen. He's a real fool. Osmosis writes, DJ Ack went out of his way to bring up Fresh. Yes, he did. It wasn't even in context. That's exactly my point. He's talking to Andrew Tate, but he's talking about Fresh. He's interviewing Andrew Tate, but he's asking questions about Fresh. He could be asking Andrew Tate about as many women around the world, except he's asking about Fresh's woman. He writes, completely reaching, even after Andrew expressed wanting nothing to do with it. I agree. If that ain't a snake, what is? Angry Man writes, Akademiks looks like a husky chipmunk, indeed. Michael writes, worth the wait. Oh, yeah, we still got work for him, too. We ain't done. We still got work for him. Shout out to the Saints in New Zealand. You dig? Carrying on. BB Vegetto writes, seeing this title and having a wait what moment. He's not ready for the sanism. Peace. Nah, he ain't ready for nothing, really. Little internet nerd. How you gonna be an internet nerd sitting in a gaming chair calling other people dweebs? That's the problem, is that he A, thinks being a YouTuber is an accomplishment, and B, he has no level of self-awareness. You're a video gamer and you're proud of it. When I was in high school, that was some shameful shit. You wanted to be a hooper, you heard me? You wanted to get you some hoes, be a jock, an athlete, a baller, a hustler. You might even be a gangster, whatever you do. Those are things that in the culture people were proud of, but ain't nobody proudly like, yeah, nigga, I'm gonna stay inside today and play Madden. Like, nah, nigga, like that's some shit you keep on the low. Yeah. Don't nobody like be proud of shit like that. None of the above 101 writes #tuition. Low key, not an academic, is responsible for a lot of deaths during the Chirac wars just because he'll do anything for clout. No respect. Oh, indeed. And he's the kind of guy that Black Lives Matter should really be focused on. He's a poison. He is Eric Holder. Craig Tomahawk writes, real bosses help other people eat. There you go. You did. Talk to me. Carrying on. Little DJ Akademiks. Jonathan writes, is Fresh a sugar daddy? If Fresh is a sugar daddy, then what is he? Right? Like, he the guy that's buying chicks G-Wagons, and that's just the stuff that we've heard about. But even if he didn't buy her a damn thing, here's the worst part. Look at the broad. Like, if you look at Selena Powell, number one, she has nobody. Nobody, baby. Nobody. Like, she's skinny as a rail, has no natural curves on her, has a stiff pair of breast implants, is covered in tattoos, has fake lips that look like she just got punched in the mouth, and has low IQ on top of all that. Oh, and has a body count that would look like a goddamn social security number. And you're proud of that, my boy? Come on. Asia writes, Saint, you're way too smart for this dude. All this probably going right over his head right now. Laugh my ass off. But he can call himself Akademiks, though. He's a clown. Oh, indeed he is. And we're not done with him. We dragging him all the way through the dirt. Wyatt writes, I respect and admire you. I envy the way you articulate yourself, but I can't understand why entertain dumpster juice. Salute, my brother. Oh, you know what? There's a good reason. You say it's chess. It's not checkers. DJ Akademiks is playing Connect 4. And we over here shouting checkmate. You see, during his own stream, he says, oh, well, why would I respond to the Saint the Sinner? I got 1 million subscribers. He doesn't. Well, you responded to me because I hurt your feelings. That's why you responded. But you did me a favor. And the favor is that you give exposure to my philosophy. You give exposure to, what I'm sharing with the world. And so that's free marketing. You couldn't pay to get marketing like that. And because Akademiks is a sucker, he's not the kind of guy, a real one like me, can sit down with like, hey, yo, hook me up, put me on. Now, he ain't going to do that because he's a jealous-hearted person. Just like he takes sneak disses at Fresh. He's a jealous-hearted person. So a guy like Ak, you can't say, hey, help me. What you got to do is you got to slap his helmet off. And then that's when he's going to talk about you out of anger and emotion. And what he's really doing is giving you free publicity. I appreciate it. And that's a strategy. And it's working. Shout out to Wyatt. He writes, my brother, diabetes will take care of this. Yo, shout out. He said DJ Ak ain't got to worry about the sinner. He got to check his fucking cholesterol. I feel you, bro. It's a sad thing out here. Chris writes, DJ Akademiks is a gossip queen like Wendy Williams. Agree. And the ironic thing about DJ Akademiks and Wendy Williams is that Wendy Williams looked like a man and DJ Akademiks looked like a bitch. It's like opposite day with these two. Oh, it's crazy. It is crazy. Shout out. Chris writes, all Ak need to do is read the chapter, quote, how to get your jaw broken. Indeed, I did link my book in the description, The Black Box. Not to make me a buck because you don't really make a lot of money on books, truth be told, but rather so that you have the perspective and the motivation and the drive to change your life for the better like I did. That's why I wrote it. And I didn't write it because it was my idea. Actually, a professor I had when I was 16 encouraged me to write it over several years, asked me to write it. And I had a near-death experience, and that's what caused me to write it. You feel me? Yeah, RIP Akademiks. I just want to acknowledge these super chats because I do appreciate people supporting the work. And, you know, I want to show that appreciation. I don't take anyone for granted, just as I don't think anyone takes me for granted. Okay, I think we're almost caught up here. And then, because DJ Akademiks is so fucking boring, we're going to go back to this video of Selena Powell and hear how she totally disrespected him. And if you want to understand what someone writes, Ak is a multimillionaire, to be honest, cool. And yeah, that's cool. And who cares? He's a multimillionaire who all he does is stay in his fucking basement and then periodically go to the club. What kind of a life is that? He's a multimillionaire who has wealth but not health. So how wealthy can you really be? And that's the problem, is that a lot of young people, especially young men, they obsess over money. And that's not the true value in life. And I say that as a man who has money. I say that as a man who spends more time on vacation than anybody you know. I'm on vacation right now. And money's not the full measure. Shout to CJ. He writes, Akademiks exposed Fresh for hiding his relationship with Miranda, but Ak hides his girl he been living with. Oh, he threw in her IG. Uh-oh, let me take a look ski. Oh, damn. He done throw in this whole IG. He living with her too, huh? Let me see if I could pull this up. Instagram.com/_Shay Glizzy. Oh, this might be a ghetto bitch. Shay Glizzy. God damn it. Let's see what this super thought look like. Oh, she got a private account, but I can see her motherfucking eyelashes look like rakes. Look like actual rakes attached to her face. It's a pity. He living with hoes. They get like that. I bet you she don't follow directions, though. He need to send her to me. I tune her up for him. Or shit, I guess he will send her to 6ix9ine. All right, let's get back at it. Oh, damn. Shout out to Blank Space. He writes, I support you, Marquette. Can I substantiate you have more money? Can you substantiate you have more money than Ak? Ak's media outlets are big with employees, news, IG, YouTube labels, deals, etc. Doesn't matter. Who cares? I mean, say I have $2 million and he has $10 million. What's the difference? There's no significant difference in lifestyle from going from $2 million to $30 million. There's nothing that he can do that I couldn't do. I mean, it's silly. And you also have to improve your mindset, because think about it. You're a guy who doesn't have $1 million asking millionaires who's richer, right? Like, I'm gonna say it one more time. Don't be a guy who doesn't have $1 million asking millionaires who's richer. That's silly. That lets you know that you're not really having your eyes on the prize. And I'm a guy who's telling you money's not the end all be all. It's important for sure. Like it's just like oxygen. But once you got it, then it's unimportant. And I often encourage you guys to focus on relevant things. Sometimes you guys are majoring in minor things. Who cares? And also, I've congratulated Akademiks on his success. Even when I had to slap his helmet off in the last video, I stated that I'm proud of him. I'm happy he's successful. I'm happy when any man is successful. You dig? Like, I really do. I really am happy for him. I wish he would do it in a more upright way, dragging other Black people through the dirt for no good reason, creating unnecessary drama and being a gossip girl. I don't respect it. Lee E writes, technically, he sells advertising for the platforms he gets his views on. Advertisement for products. So yes, he sells products. Ironic. Yeah, he's a funny guy. Culture writes, Selena said she lied about the G-Wagon story. Well, here's the thing. What you'll see, and I got the clip already lined up where Akademiks signed off on that. Now, the sad thing is, do I trust the Selena Powell? No, I don't really trust anything she says. Do I trust the DJ Akademiks? I don't trust anything he says. Why? He hangs out with snitches, which means liars. So did he buy it? Did he not buy it? Who knows? Did she post it and say that he bought it and tagged him? And did he also say that he bought her a G-Wagon out of his own mouth? Yes, he did. So who knows what's what? All I know is a man of integrity wouldn't have lied about that off rip. Man writes, this is the greatest pig roast in the history of mankind. Oh, we got more. We got more. We're not done. Mr. Upshaw writes, how can anybody not see that DJ Akademiks is just an internet nerd with money, right? And I don't know why he feels the audacity to call himself Big Act. I find that to be fucking strange. It's like, how do you look in the mirror at that fat ass face and not feel like a broad? Like, how do you not feel shame? Bobby writes, Akademiks teaching trigonometry. Oh, indeed. He's a specialist. Got a master's degree in it. Okay, so damn, that hurts my heart. Page just reloaded. So let me get back to that Selena Powell. Yeah, is her name Powell? Yeah, Selena Powell. Here we go.
him in front of a gate.
You what?
I fucked him in front of a gate.
Wait, so is this like an Akademiks cuck thing where he like gets off on watching that?
Not in like literally in front, like.
Wow, did the no jumper boy call Akademiks a cuck? Oh, that hurts.
6ix9ine was going through my phone and he saw a video of me sucking dick and he was like, yo, I need this. He was like, AK, get out. And
wait, what? Said he was going through my phone, which number one, that's curious. Saw a video of me sucking dick. So you just got videos of your phone of you giving neck. What? And that's weird, bro. Like, why were you watching that video? Like, I don't want to see y'all got to stop looking at other dudes' dicks. Like, I know we have a porn culture, but that's not normal. Like, y'all got to stop that. Then you're watching her sucking another guy's dick, and it could have been Akademiks. Who knows? And then you said, hey, I need that. Akademiks, get out of the room. But Akademiks brought this broad to the room. She showed up with Akademiks. It was his girl. Well, Tekashi 6ix9ine was like, let me borrow her real quick. Listen to me. I could do something with her. And so y'all passing this little dirtbag broad around like a slobbery blunt? Is that what you're telling me? And she's proud of it and telling the story in public? Oh. Now, we didn't all stoop low every now and then, right? We didn't all stoop low, had to smash a chick because we just needed it in our life, but we ain't know she was going to go on TV and start telling everybody about it. That's when you're dealing with a real scallywag, man. Goodness, shout out to the hoes that know how to shut up every now and then. But he knew who she was because this is what she does. She has sex with rappers and famous people.
What actually?
AK looked at me and he was like, I was like, I don't know what to do. Because me and AK, I literally swallowed AK's nut on the way to 6ix9ine's house.
But were you like dating Ak?
No.
But you were just...
Did this girl just say, I just finished giving sloppy toppy to DJ Akademiks, and then I turned around and did the same thing to his best friend? Oh, gosh, that's strange. And what I'm also wondering is, like, why are you going anywhere with this girl? Like, let me tell you something. Keep it player. This is a kind of slower. Let her show up, get them knees dirty, have her walk out the back door, man. Don't even let her leave in the main entrance, man, because she's a shameful little slore. This man has no integrity.
You were still full hoe status.
This was the second day I met AK. Because when I flew out, AK picked me up and I stayed with him in his house. And then we went to 6ix9ine's house to do the stunt. And it was only supposed to be the stunt. And I don't know why I fucked it. I really don't.
But didn't you like Akademiks? Like, what's to stop you from just saying, like, no, I'm not going to give you head, Daniel?
No, I liked Akademiks, but I didn't know anything, like, if this was going to go anywhere. You know, like, I liked him, but, like...
And you didn't want to miss out on that opportunity to swallow 6ix9ine's nut?
I didn't want to miss out on the opportunity of, like, you know, with 6ix9ine, so I was like, all right.
But why is that such an...
Oh, now, mind you, you know you're a loser when the chick says she liked you, but she didn't want to miss out on the opportunity with your buddy, who she considers a bigger star, more interesting than you. And this goes completely in line with the narrative I've been sharing, which is that DJ Akademiks is a nobody. He's a nobody. And it's ironic. It's projection. It's a nobody calling other people a nobody. And what I mean by a nobody is he's only relevant based on who he can associate with. Because at the end of the day, he's not the talent. He's the guy who talks about the talent. You know, even though Snitch 9 is not a great rapper, he's a rapper. DJ Akademiks ain't even a rapper. He just talks about rappers. So she wanted to go for the genuine article. She didn't want to go for the one who's the talker. She wanted to go for the walker. You dig? And that's why she messed with Snitch 9. And it got to be really uncomfortable that you just showed up somewhere with your bitch. You just showed up, brought her, and now she ain't your bitch no more. She's servicing other people. Gotta hurt. I know it hurt.
Opportunity that you can't turn down there to just get
I
this
don't know. It's
rapper
just in the
head.
heat of the moment, okay? Like, fuck, sorry.
You were just turned on by him or what?
Yeah.
So you
sorry.
fucked him? You didn't wrap it up?
Yeah. No. AK made him have a rubber fucking dude.
What the
I could have
fuck?
been like his 80th baby mom.
This is so deranged.
Don't
You're telling me that Akademiks said no, you got to put a rubber on.
No.
Or to
I don't
you.
know. I don't know if that's the thing, but 6ix9ine like walked out the room and he came back in like to walk AK downstairs and he came back in and he had a rubber in his hand. I was like, wow, like you're gonna use the condom. He was like,
oh, this should be illegal. This broad is going for the gold in the Olympics. Did this chick's philosophy compel her to say, oh, you're gonna use a rubber? Let me tell you this. If I was about to slay a chick and I pull out a Jimmy hat and I roll it back and she seems disappointed that I didn't put on a Jimmy hat, I'm going to go ahead and say I ain't about to hit that. I'm about to take that Jimmy hat straight off. I'm pulling my pants up, buckling in my shit, and I'm dipping because that's a cold slore right there, man. That's scary. I mean, that's terrifying personally. Wow.
he told me to.
But then Akademiks started dating you after this?
Me and AK like never were like dating. Like he didn't call me his girlfriend.
But you were in love with him?
Yeah.
Wow.
Weird, right?
Did he ever get mad at you about the fact that you fucked 6ix9ine while he was in the other room?
Dude, he was pissed for so long. He left me.
Wow. Simp. Can you say simp? Can you say simp? She just stated that DJ Akademiks was, quote, mad at her for the longest time, end quote, because she fucked his best friend. Oh, poor thing. Oh, DJ Akademiks, I feel sorry for you. Psych. Fucking loser. Carrying on. Now, here's the worst thing about DJ Akademiks. Check this out. So we see he has a bad, rough history with women. He's dealing with slurs, but it gets worse. Would you guys believe me if I told you DJ Akademiks was a pedophile? Would you believe me? Check this out. Here's the evidence. DJ Akademiks like them girls, them young girls. DJ R. Kelly Demics. Here we go. Let me cue up this clip for you. And you get to hear this in his words. Yeah, I know, it's a pity. And it's not surprising that DJ Akademiks likes young girls. It's a little bit easier, when you're dealing with children, to convince them of things. They don't know the difference between right and wrong, meaning the right guy and the wrong guy, which he clearly is the wrong guy. Let's see DJ Akademiks talk about, here we go. Yeah, allegedly, right? Allegedly, here we go. Here's DJ Akademiks talking about how he likes the underage girls.
Of a certain age. It's tea time here at So You Know. No stranger to controversy, DJ Akademiks is at the center of it once again after audio circulated of him speaking about sleeping with women who are underage. In the clip, Akademiks specifically says there's not much difference between a 20 or a 17-year-old. In the full audio, Akademiks further explains his theory regarding having sex with young women and also those who are under the age of 18. Here's a clip.
And to keep it real, if you think about it in the bigger scheme of things, there's not much difference between a 20 or a 17 or a 21 and a 17. Just got.
Wait, hold on. Let me do some math here. Carry the 3, add 4. He said there's not much difference between a 21-year-old and a 17-year-old. Well, there is actually difference. It's called 4 years. Yes, difference. Subtraction. It's called 4 years. There is some difference. And there's another major difference, which is it's illegal, my boy. It's illegal. I do believe that's why R. Kelly is currently incarcerated. So we got a guy who's so bold that on a public platform, he would basically say that it's okay to deal with underage women. And he thinks that he's like the guy, he's big act. That's what he's spreading to people. Curious. Shout out to Oliver. He writes, "Peace and Saints, Marquette. Your work has changed my life. Your book is amazing." I appreciate that. "I started boxing and have been drug-free for 3 weeks. You will hear my name again." Well, congratulations, Oliver. That's something that's really important on this side, which is to avoid intoxicants so that you can be good to yourself. So happy that you shared that good news. Now, here's the challenge. This boy's a weirdo. DJ Act, you violated me. No, I think I just violated you. Huh? Here we go.
Economy, one's a minor and one's not a minor.
Whoa,
As
hold on, DJ.
Clip Akademiks specifically says there's not much difference between a 20 or a 17. Ooh. In the full audio, Akademiks further explains his theory regarding having sex with young women and also those who are under the age of 18. Here's a clip.
And to keep it real, if you think about it in the bigger scheme of things, there's not much difference between a 20 or a 17 or a 21 and a 17. Just economy, one's a minor and one's not a minor.
As expected, social media was brutal in response to his statements. Many called out his thought process and labeled him a sexual predator and a pedophile. However, there were others who believed that his comments were taken out of context. In a new stream on his YouTube channel, Akademiks said,
"Wait, I'm trying to figure out like what kind of context do you need? Like, bruh, she's 17. That's not an adult, my boy. You don't need context for that. It's like, don't do it." And that's the problem with these, DJ Akademiks and others, is that they make excuses for their evil. You see, they think they can talk their way out of every situation. They think that you're stupid, and because they're smarter than you, they're arrogant. Because they're smarter than you, they can confuse you. Nah, bro, ain't nobody confused. You're a goddamn weirdo, and you condone having sex with minors. There it is. Simple. There's nothing deep about that. Carrying on. Oh, DJ Akademiks. And speaking of Akademiks and his dealings with women, let's also hear what he says about how he gets women. This guy's pathetic. And shout out to Mr. Lucario, you dig? Honest men.
I want to play you this clip, and I want you to pay attention to what he said. Check this out.
Man, just get me a girl, bro. I need a girl, bro. I'm lonely. I'm fine. Somebody said this is embarrassing. You right, nigga. That's all me telling y'all the truth. This is embarrassing, bro. These chicks be really violating me, though.
So there he is telling the truth. He said, "I need a girl. I'm lonely." And I could probably lend you a few hoes. You feel me? You're going to have to pay, but I can lend you a few hoes. This guy's a loser and a trick. And I've never had this experience in my whole life. Being lonely, that's the sign of someone who is not a productive person. You should be focused on your goals. Being lonely, that kind of comes from boredom. And then number two, he says, "I need a girl." Wow, that's a pity. You're big act and you need a girl? I thought you were a big act. Shouldn't they be like knocking down your doors, big act? Huh. No wonder you were yelling at the girls on the Fresh and Fit podcast. I see now. And consider this. When I was on Fresh and Fit with a bunch of chicks, watch how the chicks interacted with me. I never yelled, never raised my voice. And when I spoke, they were dead silent. When he was there, it was opposite day. You dig?
I ain't gonna lie. I remember I was like, yo, all right, I got the mansion now. Like, Angelica gonna stay. She was like, I'm DR. I was like, no.
What a fucking nerd. He said, "I got a mansion. Now Angelica's going to stay." And she still left. And he's laughing about it. He's essentially like expressing himself. It's like his therapy, his public therapy. And then he laughs at his own pain. And sometimes people laugh to stop from crying. You dig? But it's quite pathetic when you say out loud this kind of a truth, which is the idea that, hey, I thought if I bought this big fancy thing, in his case, a mansion, that I'd be able to keep a woman, that she would stick with me. Well, little buddy, that's the problem. You are not the mansion. You're still Livingston Allen. The mansion's dope, but here's a reason I never measure up on money. It's a lot of motherfuckers who got mansions in Miami, right? A lot of people who got mansions in Vegas. There's always going to be somebody with more money, bigger dick, and all these other things. That's why you want to be a complete man. This dude's a real sucker. Zest writes, when the real leader speaks, everyone shuts up and listens in a real way. And this guy's a turbo nerd talking about, I thought my mansion was going to keep her.
Oh, no. Yeah, she played me crazy. That's all good. Left my ass for some Dominican Papi.
Oh, you got cheated on, huh?
I'm gonna find a girl one day though.
Loser.
Chat, I'm gonna go back on Tinder. I ain't gonna hold you.
Wow.
I'm gonna go back on Tinder. I've never seen a fucking millionaire have this much problem with finding a girl. Never.
Now, let's really talk about it. So how much of a loser are you when you're, as he put it, famous? Because he has 10 million views a week. You're famous. You're famous. And you're a millionaire and you still can't get no hoes. You got to be a real loser. Because I think there's a common idea that you get money, you're gonna get some women. Not even gold diggers want to mess with them. Come on now. Not even gold diggers want to mess with you. You's a cold loser, boy. And what's worse is that it hurts you so much that you're talking about it. That's sad. Exclusive writes, O'Shea Duke Jackson has your name in his mouth. Peace of Saints, the first super chat was tuition. We'll send link. Aw, not again. Dwayne writes, I knew this was going to be a problem, but Saint, this is surgical. Somebody check on Ak and make sure he's still with us. Shout out to Tico. He writes, I accidentally deleted the PDF email. As I said, just email the address when you make your purchase. It'll have the email address of the company. You can just reply to that. We'll send you another one. Thank you for that. Someone writes, I'm a multimillionaire and I still get chicks in Walmart clothes. Okay. Moneyman writes, want to do salsa. Is it worth it over other dances? Absolutely. When I used to live in South Korea, when I was running my business there, one thing I really liked is that when you go salsa dancing, everybody knows how to do it. It's an international language, and it's pretty much the same around the world. So I highly recommend it. So there you go, Akademiks.
For real. You
Look how pathetic this guy is.
I be telling y'all the truth. Y'all want to be hearing it, bro. I be telling y'all the truth. If I tell y'all the truth, y'all be like, yo, damn. I be just smiling all the time, but down deep, bro, I be hurting, bro. I be hurting.
Can somebody give this guy a fucking therapist?
I kid you not. This is a fact. I remember one time, I swear, nigga, I was having a panic attack. I was crying. I ain't gonna lie. I can tell you. I'm just such not fake. I was crying on the phone and Jungle like, yo, please come back from DRP with me, please. Yo, she was like, yo, hold up. Couple of niggas, I promise. She's like, hold on. I'm getting another call. And she picked it up with her other phone and she was like, ¿Qué lo que? We party tonight? And I'm like, come on. She was like, yeah. Fiesta. I was like, oh my God.
This guy is deeply depressed. I agree with you, Jay. He writes, Ak uses Hennessy to hide his depression. We know that things are not well with him. One, it's very clear in his body. Overweight in a disgusting way. I mean, he's getting fatter like by the second. As I said, if you look at his fat ass face from one DJ Vlad interview to another DJ Vlad interview, it's just increased significantly. And it's a real pity that he holds all of his weight in his face and his stomach. The man still got skinny fat. He's skinny fat. He got skinny fat arms and skinny fat legs, And then he got this face and this belly. It's unfortunate. But basically, you're hearing him tell his true feelings about when this girl essentially cheated on him and abandoned him after he felt that he arrived. Now, here's the worst thing about being a DJ Akademiks. He's pretty much reached the peak of what he can be. He's not about to be any more attractive, any more young. His body clearly has never been an area of strength for him. So he got rich thinking that he'd be able to get him a female. And then now she's leaving him. And now he's talking to the only friends he has because he doesn't have real relationships. And the reason he doesn't have real relationships is because he's still that weird Jamaican kid who has trouble connecting with others. And he's also a very jealous-hearted person. So all the successful people around him, he secretly sees as a threat, kind of like why he was throwing slick shots at Fresh. And because he doesn't have those significant relationships, the only way he gets true intimate connection is seeking it with females. But he never gets that connection with females because they fundamentally don't respect him for who he is, because he's not a real man. So he's always running on this psychological loop of being perpetually disappointed. And the worst thing is he has this fake relationship with his pseudo fans, where he gets to complain and lament about the same things that they are suffering. They are suffering not getting girls, and he's suffering not getting girls. The only pity is that they're actually broke, living in their parents' basement and playing video games all day. And he's wealthy, being seen by tens of millions of people, and could have a good life. But really, we know he doesn't. And as was pointed out, he kind of drinks his problems away. And you see him get drunk on his live sessions, and it makes perfect sense because alcohol gives you positive neurotransmitters, dopamine, serotonin flowing in the brain, making you feel happy. But after you sober up, you begin to crash again. And that's what he's doing right now. And a lot of times you have people who smile, but they're crying inside. This is what happened with Robin Williams, who ended up committing suicide. And matter of fact, DJ Akademiks watching this right now, put the knife down, Akademiks. Put the knife down. It's not necessary. Put the knife down, Akademiks. He's trying to be funny and entertaining because that's where he gets his love from. He gets his love from you, the audience, when he creates some content. And so he keeps pushing it out and pumping it out. That's what drives a sick personality like Akademiks, the attention, that fake form of love. And then he connects with his audience because they're internet nerd gamers as well. There you go. Someone writes, he was drunk on Fresh and Fit too. I used to drink often, but I stopped. I have far more clarity now. I hear you, bro. Shout out to Tommy. He writes, peace to the Saints. Funny how Axe still struggles to get women with all that money. Goes to show women really don't care about money. I wouldn't say they don't care about money. They just need you to also have some value. Like a great man is more valuable with money. You see what I'm saying? A great man's valuable in general, but with money, it's a plus. Just like a good woman is valuable, but with a fat ass makes it even better. You dig? Money is like a woman having a fat ass. It just, adds on.
I swear, bro. I swear, bro. I ain't even gonna. Y'all should know. I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with y'all. 6ix9ine was a nigga who made me actually man up, bro. 6ix9ine was listening to me. It was like, yo, bro, you mean she been in the DR this whole year?
Oh wait, can I point out something again? Because I want to talk about birds of a feather flocking together. Did you guys know that Tekashi 6ix9ine actually caught a case and was found guilty of sexual assault on a minor? I believe the girl was 14 years old, something like that. So Tekashi 6ix9ine is okay with dealing with underage girls. And then what do you know? He's friends with DJ Fatademics. And DJ Fatademics is also okay with dealing with young girls. I find this kind of be interesting. Not surprising. Oh, she was 13. That's even worse. Wow. And you know what's strange? A lot of people that seem to take issue with me, they all have issues with pedophilia. Every single one of them. It's kind of curious. It's weird. Carrying on.
She ain't even fucking with you. Like, she's just kicking it with rent. Wait, why is she there? And I was like, oh, she there to make her music career. Nigga, do you like 6ix9ine had to tell me? I promise you, on everything. 6ix9ine looked at me and was like, yo, Ak, I'm one of the biggest artists on earth, and I need you to make my career lit. So you're telling me your girl is in the DR needing other niggas? And I was like, yeah, that's what I'm telling you. He was like, bro, you dumb as shit.
All right, so look, guys.
Wow. What a loser. And DJ Akademiks doesn't realize that, as I stated many times, he has no value. Women don't value him for him. They value him for what he can do for them. And that's a pity when he's calling himself Big Ak, because there's nothing big about not being valued. We all want to be valued as a person. Someone writes, this dude is power tripping hard. This is why weak people are not allowed to have power. Weak people get power all the time, but DJ Ak is definitely power tripping, calling himself Big Ak. It's comedy. Let's get back to DJ Akademiks' roast of the Saint in the Sinner. Let's see if he says anything meaningful that actually relates to my life or what I do. I think he's just making up things, which I guess that's what snitches do, right? They make up things. So they can kind of escape blame. That's how they operate. Let's see.
That's my guy. By the way, the whole Miranda thing, I asked him 5 times because I said, yo, Fresh, everybody, Fresh can say himself. I said, Fresh, I'm going to keep it real with you. I think that's going against what some of the stuff you're preaching. I said, I don't think you should put this public. I understand you're going through a phase of trying to make what y'all are building. This is going to contradict with your audience. You know what Fresh said to me? Fresh said, yo, Ak, no, let's do it. Let's talk about it. Bro, y'all could go ask that nigga.
Why is he trying to act like there's some like meaningful conversation he had to have with Fresh? At the end of the day, this is basically DJ Akademiks sticking his nose where it doesn't belong so that he can put himself in the center of this drama so he has more content. And that's essentially what he does. He gets involved in things that don't involve him so that he can have content and relevance. Shocker. Major shocker.
Fresh say anything different, nigga, I'll have another response. But here, let me tell you about lame ass niggas like this. They're all snake oil salesmen. They don't like when people talk about what's actually happening versus what they're selling. Y'all niggas are lame for that. You have this bum ass nigga named Rulu Tumasi. This nigga is talking about everything except his reality. He don't want to talk about that. You're married, you don't cheat on your woman, you don't talk about nothing that's actually going on in your life.
Let me identify something else that's quite strange. So, number one, you are now going on to talking about Rolo Tomasi. I don't know how his name is actually pronounced, but my understanding is Rolo Tomasi. And the only reason I even know of Rolo Tomasi is because he went on Fresh and Fit, and he's been there several times, which would suggest that your friends, Fresh and Fit, have high regard for Rolo Tomasi. So if that's the case, like, why are you insulting someone whom you have mutual friends with? And at the end of the day, he's an old white guy. Like, so why are you even trying to bring him into this situation like he's relevant or like he's going to snap back at you? It's like you're really shooting shots at the weakest target. Carrying on. Let me acknowledge Rick. He writes, tuition, apologies, Mr. Burton, for not renewing my subscription. Took a hit financially, but I'm not complaining. All my grind like coffee beans is hustle mania. Just want to let you know that I do not take your lectures for granted, and I cannot pay much, but I'm paying what I owe. Peace of the Saints. Hey, I appreciate the support, Rick. And financial trouble visits all of us, and you'll get beyond it. The key is to make sure that you don't worry during these times. This will happen again. Even if you make $1 million, you might lose $1 million. But the key is to be centered and have peace. Miguel comes in via PayPal. He writes, tuition, going to college and getting my workouts in daily. I imagine working out with other saints to help me go harder, and I'm following the 3-sentence Bible. Feeling amazing today and started with my 3 a.m. workout. Peace to the saints. Damn, 3 a.m. That's early as hell. Good Lord. Rick writes, peace saints, nowhere near what I owe, but paying tuition. I came in again. Shout out to King Modi. Comes in with a baller alert. Writes peace to the saint. Appreciate that. Thank you for the support. And via Cash App, we have Esteban. He comes in with tuition, writes peace to the saints. Appreciate that. Also, shout out to the baller alert came from Jason, like way before the live started. So shout out to the Emperor of Miami. He a dig, a real one. And we also have via Cash App, Jason Paul writes showing support to the big homie. Mackenzie writes peace to the saints. And now let us get back to good old academics in this terrible ass roast.
That's lame, bro. You're selling to impressionable incels. That's lame. If Fresh is going, and by the way, I'm a real nigga. I don't need nobody. I'm gonna just keep it 100 with you. If Fresh wasn't, if me and Fresh couldn't be like how we are in terms of, by the way, if he sees some shit with me and you want to call out, bro, let's deal with it online. Me, like, no, granted, keep in mind.
I also want to tell you guys, like, these are not real men. You're dealing with guys who are internet junkies, and everything they do has to be for the gram. It's like they can't do anything in private. Like, there are a lot of things that I do that I don't publicize just because, truth be told, I am conscious of the fact that when you're flossing, you're not creating fans. When you're flossing, what you're mostly doing is creating hate. You know, how does someone feel when they look at this watch? Like, oh, hey, nice watch. Where'd you get it? And I say, this is a handmade one of one, number 4, none to come. Oh, they don't like that for the most part. You dig? Like, people don't like to know that I'm flying on private jets around Europe. I don't talk about it. I don't show it. Today, I showed a little bit of it because DJ Akademiks said I'm broke. I was like, okay, we gonna show them that we flying on private jets just so people know what it is. And if you've ever been on a private jet, you know that's about 15,000 wow for an hour flight, about 15,000. That's to get started. You dig? So people who really live that life, they know what that's about. But at the end of the day, you should live your life. You should live a private life. That's maturity. The thing about DJ Fatface is that he wants to have private conversations in the public so that he could use it for content. And he wants to have private conversations in the public because he has no morals. He has no integrity. He has no sense of boundary between the public and the private. So you can never trust somebody like that because everything they do is for clout. There's nothing that can ever be real with him. Everything is a show. Everything has to be exaggerated for media attention. He is just like a teenage girl. He wants attention, attention, attention. And when he says that he called out Fresh, well, did you call out Fresh because that's your brother and you want to help him? Or did you call out Fresh because you thought that that could be a good internet conversation that people want to hear about? Because people are always looking for hypocrisy in the ways of leaders. And you knew that that would be a really clickbaity title. That's my guess.
And I asked him, I said, yo, could we talk about this? All right. He said, no. Bro, he said, let's talk about this on live. I said, don't put it on live. He said, let's talk about it on live. That's why that even came out. At same time, because I was on their late night show, we talked about that on live. I told him, don't put it on live. He said, let's put it on live. I said, all right, bet. I can fuck with it. I respect it. You know why?
By the way, shout out to Akademiks just explaining himself like a hoe. That's how you know I got under his skin. He don't hear explaining like a straight hoe, but he's boring and repetitive. So I'm just going to skip ahead a little bit.
Because when I encounter people like Fresh, and I say, yo, Fresh, all right, whatever. And I'm a real nigga. I said to Fresh, everybody can say that. I said Fresh. I said, I ain't gonna lie. This one girl, I just like violation. Hold on. You say you got me explain myself. Successful. You should never ever really talk to me. But I need all y'all to, before ever commentating on me, you should probably say, what does Akademiks gain from this? Akademiks is the number one commentator when it comes to hip hop. He does not need to talk about the saint and the sinner. You're a broke ass bitch ass nigga.
Hey, Akademiks, I appreciate you saying my name. I'm going to rewind that one more time so everybody can hear you say my name. Appreciate you. Marquette Devon Burton, the saint, the sinner. Thank you very much, Ak. Let me just rewind that one more time so I can hear you say my name.
Akademiks is the number one commentator when it comes to hip hop. He does not need to talk about the saint and the sinner. You're a broke ass bitch ass nigga.
That's right, Ak. Thank you.
Somebody say, "Oh, you got me pressed to explain myself." No, I just like violation. Hold on. You say you got me explain myself. The reason why I don't stream, I be needing motivation. I need a nigga to diss me. I need it. And I know he's way beyond my level, but I had some violation to give out just because I just love giving it out. Just like I've been violating Rulu and his wife. Nigga, when you gonna tell us you fucked a bitch on her? You ain't tell us yet.
I'm trying to figure out how he violated me. I haven't seen it yet. And also, why do you pick out an old white guy to violate? Why didn't you violate Big Draco when he was calling you a bitch? Why didn't you violate Vic Mensa when he said he'd slap you in your fucking face? Huh? Shout out to Rambo. He writes, here's to getting a better camera, bro. The camera is actually an HD camera. So it's the internet connection. And truth be told, I was actually at my place. I flew in and went to a place that was listed as premium in Warsaw. So I'm at a premium place, and the internet, I did an internet speed and it said slow. And so I came over to this hotel and the internet speed said very fast. Now, so any graininess you're experiencing is just the representation of the internet here in this this city. And if you've ever traveled, you know that these things happen outside of America. It is what it is. Right, Lil Cash Kid, right? Violation means babble for 30 minutes, right? Exactly.
Build the house? You stupid as hell. I wouldn't do that. Then you have this fucking pea-brained ass nigga. What do you think you're doing? Oh, you think you're gonna have the girls on and do the same thing? No, nigga, you a dweeb, nigga. Nigga, I'm the only nigga. That's a fact. I don't care. You see, this is why, and I know I don't have to defend my relationship with Fresh. Nigga, when I go to Miami, bro, me and Fresh, we hit the clubs, nigga. Me and Fresh has been to the clubs five times more than I've been on that show.
Mind you, if your relationship with somebody is based on hitting the clubs, you're a fucking loser. Like that's the most clown shit I ever heard. Me and Fresh hit the clubs. So you're saying you go to the clubs and spend a bunch of money on bottles? That's cool. He's a fucking nerd, man. Good Lord. And the funny thing too is he said, I don't have to defend my relationship with Fresh. What does he do? He goes directly into defending his relationship with Fresh and trying to prove we're really friends. And that's a sign of a loser. You ever meet those people in like middle school and elementary school where like nobody really fuck with them, so they like try to be like really nice to everybody? It's like you be at the lunch table, you open the Lunchables and that has that little chocolate in there, little Hershey's Kiss or some shit like that. They like giving out their Hershey's Kiss, and you like, man, like don't no normal motherfucker be giving away their Kit Kat bar like that. Like your ass is thirsty for friends. I'm gonna stay away from you. You turbo weird. That's what he's doing right now. Like, yeah, me and Fresh, we go to the clubs. That's cool, bro. That's really cool. You fucking loser. Oh my goodness. Good Lord. I'll give you guys some time to send your thoughts, questions, comments. It's Friday night. I just touched down in the city, and I need to eat as well. So I'm gonna give you guys some time to send your thoughts, questions, comments, and then we're gonna go ahead and wind down. Oh yeah, and I got to finish playing you guys where I violated him because you guys probably want to hear what pissed him off, right? So let me just finish with that real quick. Go ahead and send your thoughts, questions, comments now as we wind.
By the way, we call little fat face's pop. Call his pop, slap his pop around, tell him he ain't raised him right. And boy, oh boy, if you guys ever have a friend. Talent. I mean, this man is all hard work. Shout out to the hardworking people. This man is the worst goddamn interviewer ever. And I don't know if it's because he's not engaging when he speaks, he's not concise, or if it's because I just fundamentally don't find him to be authentic, which is to say he's talking from the position of a super player, you dig? Somebody who's seen the game, they're seasoned in the game, and they know how to play the game. I don't believe it. You heard me? He don't even know how to hit an abdominal crunch. So I highly doubt he knows how to pull up on these hoes in the proper way. You dig? Hope y'all peep that wordplay. Ab crunch, pull up, extras. Anyways.
I can't like somebody because I'm Akademiks. I'm human.
She married though, man.
Wouldn't give a fuck what she is. I don't know.
I'm married though, man. Akademiks, man, sit up straight and tell that man what's on your mind. Them tight ass jeans. Somebody tell Akademiks skinny jeans are for skinny people. Somebody share the word with him.
Man, you fat as fuck and nigga shut the fuck up. Pop on your chin. You got some shit on your chin.
Man. Now look at what kind of a bitch ass nigga Akademiks is. How much of a bitch are you when somebody tell you to shut the fuck up and then you shut up? Wow. Then he tell you got some shit on your chin, which may or may not be true. You're over like, come on, bro. He's a fucking clown.
You really think you gave Juice WRLD his name?
Think Juice WRLD told me I gave him his name. Idiot. Did you not see his interview with Sway? Because he told me. Stupid.
So why you ain't give
fuck you mean?
Damn, he called my nigga an idiot. Good Lord. And again, notice, again, he has a hat on every single time. He has a hair issue that he's trying to cover up.
Goofy? Are you stupid? I'm the realest nigga y'all admit. I'm the realest nigga in the rap game. No, listen, nigga, fuck, nigga.
This boy is a, and see right now, like, let me see if I can move this back a little bit. You see a Soulja Boy standing up, right? Look at this posture. Let me teach you guys a little bit about power dynamics. Soulja Boy stood up and then he's facing DJ Akademiks. DJ Akademiks is looking away. Soulja Boy is looking directly at Akademiks. Akademiks is looking away. That's weak. Further, when a man stands up, you should stand up. Huh? Because everybody was sitting at first. To stand up is an aggressive move. Somebody writes, Soulja Boy trying to be tough. Shit, compared to Ak, apparently he is tough. Because he done turned up on Ak, and Ak acting nice as hell.
Realest nigga in the rap game. No, listen, nigga, fuck, nigga. Got me fucked up.
Back to your regularly scheduled program.
Is Akademiks just a cornball, or is he nervous? Is he scared, or is he just a cornball? And people probably slapped his milk off his lunch tray. You dig? You know, he was not the super P. And so he used to look at a cat like me like, oh man, I want to win like that. And so then he got his money right through diligence. And that's why when you look today and you see people in Akademiks' position, which is a position of success, the cool guy, he ain't had a work ethic. He might have been born good looking, tall, strong, athletic. He ain't had a work ethic. He ain't had a mindset, the right ideas going through his mind. And that's why we got to suffer watching the Akademiks do what he do, stammering through the interview, because he's the one that put himself in position. You heard me? He delivered himself to that position. So shout out to him. Shout out to the other cornballs who put themselves in position. I'm proud of you guys. For real. It's the most disrespectful compliment you ever heard. Carrying on.
You said in the interview, you said, what'd you say? You say, if your girl was sleeping with somebody else, you were like, yo, or as long as you watch the video or something like that. I can't remember what it was. It was like, yo,
on the song Shoot My Shot.
Can I give you guys some advice, and feel free to forward this to Ak. If you're gonna say something, just say it. You don't have to pad it up. It is what it is. He's gonna assess what you're saying, and he's gonna react how he's going to react. Let me be his translator. Gates. Someone send this out. Gates. I heard you're a weirdo. I heard you like to watch your girl get railed or trained by a bunch of dudes, a pack of niggas, like a whole football team of niggas just running through your girl draws, and you want it to be recorded and you want to watch it back with her. I think that's weird. Tell me about that. That's what you're trying to say. Go ahead and say it. Because the thing is, Gates is in a different space. He's not about to get up and slap your fat face. He just gonna respond to you calmly. He doesn't perceive you to be a threat. You damn near ain't got no testosterone, huh? Just say what you gonna say, bruh. Acting like a goddamn broad. Anyways, I apologize. No disrespect. That's what the young people now. They say they disrespect you, and then they say no disrespect.
If I meet a woman and she done been sexually active, hey, I don't give a fuck about all that. If the energy connects,
even if she fucked 3 other niggas,
who give a fuck?
That's so funny to see DJ Akademiks react like that when we all know that he out here paying these hoes, right? We all know he out here paying these hoes, dealing with sugar babies and the whole nine. So he's dealing with chicks who are in the sex industry. So if anyone has 300 bodies, it would be the girls he's dealing with. And I think that he is, putting himself under delusion. And historically, it's the man that should be the one who's willing to deal with reality. It's the female that we sell the dream to. But some of us males sell dreams to ourselves, and it's really a tragic thing.
Yeah, but
DJ Akademiks, you need to quit eating
You know, and I've never met you, no disrespect, but bruh, you don't need to be fat like that in your youth. You're still a young man, bruh. Quit eating so damn much and relax during your interviews. Can somebody pour DJ Akademiks a shot? Why are you so damn nervous during his interviews, always repeating his goddamn questions? You think after all this time of interviewing people, he'd be able to just spit out the goddamn question pretty smoothly. Like, you know, he's had some practice. Damn. I just hate watching all of this. Like, come on, can we get some professionalism? Anyways, thanks for the content.
When's the last time I see me catch L online?
Yo, shout out to my movie guy or my video guy. He did a beautiful job with that. May I acknowledge Baller Alert. Shout out to Brian. He writes, Peace of the Saints. Been a while, Saint. Moving to Saint City before the end of the year, and we will welcome you gladly. Shout out to Brian. I remember last time he was in the city, we caught a great boxing match. Forget who that was. That Tyson Fury? Was he fighting? It was somebody big. It was a beautiful thing. He writes, it's forever Sasson on this side. Much love. Thank you for forever changing my life. It's truly a pleasure. You know, and the folks who are tuned in now, do know that there's a lot of good game, a lot of ism being shared on this channel. Real life change, not goofy stuff, but actual life change. He writes, viewers, this is just the Saint watching the Saint. You're not lying. I swear to God, I was just doing that. I don't be tripping over viewers. I really don't. But I appreciate you, though. That's real talk. I really was just watching myself. Folks, let me just give you a few more tastes before we roll out. Of here. I'm not even going to play you the rest of the Akademiks roast because it was just so fucking whack. Just amazingly whack. Here we go. A few little pieces of information I want to share with you before we roll out. Check this out. So this is DJ Akademiks talking about his tricking.
Akademiks for that. I don't know why I even let. Oh, first of all, he brought up this whole thing. He was like, yo, nigga, how you talking about what I'm saying, but you really practicing the same shit? You bought a girl a G-Wagon. So, yo, chat, I ain't gonna lie to you. Spam up Akademiks for that. I don't know why I even let that chick agree. Like, for some reason, which it did help me for a little while, I just thought, women are so fucking dumb. I'm like, yo, you know how much pussy I'm gonna get if chicks actually think I'm buying G-Wagons? Like, these bitches are dumb.
Wow. Now that's weird. He just said that chicks are dumb, but he just did something dumb. That's projection. Anyways, so he just admitted to agreeing to let Selena Powell say that he bought her G-Wagon. And the sad reality of it is he participated in this public internet lie for the sole purpose of getting women to sleep with him. If that's not pathetic, I don't know what is pathetic. There's another interview where DJ Akademiks says that he became a DJ. Why? To get women. Why is everything he does circled around trying to get sex and trying to get friends? I.e. trying to get women and trying to get friends. If this boy ain't a loser, what is a loser? And how could he have the nerve to call someone a dweeb when he literally is saying, I wanted women to think that I'm a trick at the caliber to where I'll buy a chick a car so that I could get sex from being a quality trick. If that's not the worst game and most pathetic thing I've ever heard. I mean, come on now.
So I allowed Shorty to go and she was giving me credit for $180,000 car that she bought by sucking hella penises. And I'm like, you're gonna give you fucking swallowed half a civilization's DNA in your fucking throat. Yet you want to give the credit for your $180,000 purchase to me? So I look left, I look right, and I was like, now when Shade Room see this, they gonna, like these chicks eat this bullshit up. I'm like, yeah, see, I bought it. Now,
what kind of nut is this guy? Now, he's a kind of individual who eventually will become completely irrelevant because he's the boy who cried wolf, right? You start to realize everything he does is for the clout, so he's not going to be a believable person in the future because there's no authenticity there. Very sad. So, Saints, it looks like we're still having internet issues. I'm going to go ahead and wind down. Thank you for tuning in. We'll catch up soon. Peace to the Saints.